history and culture, sports. PCN is your place for Pennsylvania, on cable and on the PCN app.
Welcome to WPIAL Football 2019 here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and on PCN TV. This evening it's a Class 6A showdown as the Central Catholic Vikings host the Pine Richland Rams.
Rivalry, I think it's, two of the best programs, probably the two best programs in recent years here in the biggest classification, at least on our side of the state.
They're a good conference team. That's number one to us, is winning the conference.
We have a tremendous amount of respect for Central Catholic and what they do and what they've been able to put on the field.
We know they're a good football program. We think we're a good football program. So
they're always prepared. They're always a big, tough, physical football team, and we know we're going to have our work cut out for us Friday night.
It has been a good series these last 6 years.
Now let's head out to Carnegie Mellon University and join Paul Patera and Lou Rude for all the action.
Good evening and welcome to Gessling Stadium on the campus of Carnegie Mellon University on another absolutely gorgeous Friday night for football. We got a dandy coming your way tonight. It's Class 6A Quad County Conference as the Pine Richland Rams, 3-0 in the conference, 5-0 overall, take on the Vikings of Central Catholic, 2-1 in the conference, 4-1 overall. Paul Patera along with Lou Rude, and they're going to have the captains meeting at the middle of the field here, and a special guest as part of the coin toss. Jordan Dangerfield, member of the Pittsburgh Steelers, is going to be at midfield as part of the coin toss. But when you look at the two teams we got here, there have been 3 WPIAL Class 6A champions crowned. Those 3 championships have been amassed by the 2 teams we've got here tonight at Gessling Stadium. In fact, we have, in the last 6 years, the team that has won this game in the regular season has gone on to win the WPIAL championship in the WPIAL's highest classification. Captains are meeting at the 50-yard line. For Pine Richland, it is Cole Spencer. It is Luke Meckler. It is number 54, Trent Miller. Number 56, Miguel Jackson. For Central Catholic, it's the Allen twins, Amir and Amar, Gus Sanseri, and number 51, Matt Alsman. And trailing behind them a little bit is Luke Harris. The officiating crew for tonight's game is Joe Kulik is the referee, Ron Gregory is the umpire, Jim Davis is the head linesman, the line judge Derek Sullivan, Scott Echo is the back judge, and the side judge is Matt Jorgalis. And referee Joe Kulik, some last-minute words of encouragement for the 2 teams. Central Catholic in the navy blue jerseys and pants, white numerals with a gold trim. Navy blue helmet, the gold logo. Pine Richland's won the toss, will defer its option to the second half. The Rams in the white jerseys, white pants, lime green numerals. There's a lime green trim on the helmet and on each of the shoulder pads. So Central Catholic will get the ball, go from left to right to start things off. Dom Pito, the quarterback for this team. Both of these teams' defense is key. And, of course, for Central Catholic, that is a very talented defensive line, anchored by Elliot Donald, A.J. Beatty, and the Allen twins. Elliot Donald, that name familiar? Of course it is. He is the nephew of Los Angeles Rams star Aaron Donald. Pine Richland plays some pretty good defense, too. In fact, the Rams have only allowed 30 points all season. Only one team has scored in double figures. That was Hempfield in Week 1. Richland Rams. So it's Pine Richland, Central Catholic. Sit back, relax, and enjoy on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and PCN TV. Paul Patera and Lou Rude bringing you all the action here tonight. And like I said, the weather is absolutely picturesque here at Gessling Stadium, Carnegie Mellon University. We've got a full crew. We'll be going, of course, throughout the game to Shelby Cassesi down on the sidelines. So we're going to have some fun here tonight, Lou.
Yeah, it should be a great game tonight, Paul. Two class organizations. They have been at the top of the heap in Class 6A the past 3 years. And the winner, as you mentioned, has gone on to win the 6A championship. So you've got the Pine Richland Rams and the Central Catholic Vikings, and royalty, so to speak, of Class 6A.
Chase Horn, Brandon Jackson deep for Central Catholic. Putting it on the tee for Pine Richland, Zach Waryanka. Waryanka, right-footed kicker. Has that ball on the tee at the 40-yard line.
Tees it up for the Rams.
Waryanka ready to run up on the football, get things started here. And it's a kick over onto the far side of the field, handed by Jackson. He goes over the 20, puts up on the right arm. He's coming from left to right. He's at the 30, near side, 35. Stops and is going to go out of bounds at about the 39-yard line of Central Catholic. Excellent field position to start things off for the Vikings.
Yeah, and a great defensive play by Max Heckert, as he was able to cut off the angle and force him out of bounds. It looked like when he first took off, when cut back against the grain, he was going to go much further, but excellent pursuit by the Pine Richland special teams.
Don Pito, the senior quarterback for Central Catholic, 6 foot tall, 195 pounds. I backfield for the Vikings. In this day and age of spread formations, you're going to see some conventional formations for the Vikings here tonight. The deep man is Tillman for the Vikings. Pito turns, gives the ball to Tillman, gets around right end, gets over the 40, knocked out of bounds at the 45-yard line. A gain of 6 for Ed Tillman. Lou, he is getting comparison to some Central Catholic running back greats in the past, like Eugene Jarvis and Damian Jones-Moore.
Yeah, he's a solid running back, and as you saw there, he's got some quicks. He gets to the hole very, very smoothly, and he was able to kick it to the outside and pick up a nice gain.
Second and 4, Central Catholic. Vikings at their 44. Man in motion from right to left for the Vikings. Long count this time by Pito. Gives the ball again to Tillman. Off the left side, not much doing there. Did get a yard to the 45, and that's it.
Yeah, great penetration that time by Trent Miller. He broke in there in a hurry from the defensive line, right defensive end for Pine Richland, and he got in there and just blew the play up by getting Tillman in the backfield before he could get going.
Anderson Sinkar wide to the near side. Wing back that way is A.J. Beatty. Third and about 3 for Central Catholic at its 45-yard line. Receivers each way in the formation. Tillman again, right side. Got the first down and more. Inside Pine Richland territory, breaking tackles, and he gets to the 44 of the Rams for a pickup on the play of 11, first and 10.
And nothing fancy with that, Paul. They just ran a power off the right side, and as you see by the blocking, they've got hats on hats. Everybody's engaged with a Pine Richland defender, and Tillman's able to weave his way through to get more than enough for the first down. Great blocking by the offensive line of Central Catholic.
Eddie Tillman, just 5'8", 165-pound junior, but he is a tough fella for the Vikings. 2 receivers right, 1 left, 4 across the defensive front for the Rams. Pito gives to the fullback, Sinceri this time, and he is stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Leading that charge, number 54, Trent Miller.
And again, another big play by Miller with the penetration, getting across the line of scrimmage and meeting Sinceri in the backfield. And, of course, the key to Central Catholic is this great offensive line. They've got kids with offers to D1, committed to D1, and that is the key to make the Central Catholic Vikings go. We'll talk about them more in a minute.
Second and 10, Central Catholic at the Pine Richland 44. Thomas Hartnett over the football. Pito under center. 2 receivers right, 1 left again. Pito looking to pass for the first time. Throws incomplete. Overshoots the intended receiver, Brandon Jackson. But good coverage for Pine Richland by number 25, Caden Schweiger.
Yeah, he ran a little out route out of the backfield, and man coverage by Pine Richland. They had everybody locked in, and Pito actually was probably better that he overthrew his receiver. and threw it away.
3rd and 10, Central Catholic at the Pine Richland 44. Our first possession of the evening. Empty backfield this time. Pito in the shotgun. We got 3 receivers left, a receiver and a wingback off to the right side. Pine Richland showing blitz. Rams rush 4. Pito back to pass, steps up in the pocket. He's in trouble, going to be sacked at the 45-yard line. Pine Richland, a loss of a yard on the play, 4th and 11, and Central Catholic will be forced to punt.
Caden Schweiger with the sack. As he comes, you see him off the left side, stays after the quarterback comes back, and Schweiger's in there along with help from Josh Reckenberg. So good penetration by Pine Richland.
One of the top kickers in the WPIAL, Jonathan Opelko, back to punt. Luke Meckler deep for Pine Richland. The other 10 guys coming after the punter, but Opelko gets off a high, strong, long kick. Meckler signals for the fair catch, makes it at the Pine Richland 12. 9:08 to play here in quarter number 1. We are scoreless. Central Catholic defensive coordinator Dave Fleming discusses why his defense is so successful.
See togetherness right now and a want to play for one another. And, you know, the championship defenses around here, that's what we've been built on. Guys playing for one another, guys playing for the name on the front of the jersey, not the back of the jersey. And, you know, around here we preach that your offers really don't matter until you buy into the system. And the system that we run, you know, it's conducive to togetherness. And we need everybody Friday night. You know, we preach that our chain gang is tight, and this gang is tight. So we're hoping Friday night that there's no weak links in this chain.
Paul Patera, Lou Rude at Gessling Stadium. Carnegie Mellon University, Pine Richland, and Central Catholic scoreless, 8:43 and turning to play in the first quarter. It's 2nd and 10. Pine Richland at 12. Rams going from right to left. Spencer ran for no gain on the first play. Cole Spencer back to pass, now rolling out right. He'll keep it again. And he's kind of knocked out of bounds by A.J. Beatty on the far side. Another short pickup, maybe a yard, and it'll be 3rd and 9 for the Rams.
And great pass coverage by Central Catholic. Ran multiple receivers on different routes, and Central Catholic dropped back in a zone, and they had everybody covered. There was nowhere for Spencer to go but to just tuck it and run with it.
Spencer in the shotgun with a back this time, more of a pistol formation. 3rd and 10. Pine Richland at its 13. Central Catholic just 2 down linemen. Here comes the pressure. Spencer slips, now rolls right. He's in trouble again. Tiptoes the sidelines, then knocked out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. A gain of 2, 4th and 8. And this Central Catholic defensive line, these guys are beasts.
Yes, they are. And the man that made the tackle there was Elliot Donald. And you can see the penetration there, getting in quickly for Central Catholic was Amir Allen, and forced Spencer from the pocket, and then Elliott with the tackle, knocking him out of bounds.
Chris Argenis to punt for Pine Richland. Central Catholic should get good field position. Setting up the return are the Vikings. Of course, Elliott Donald, the nephew of the 2-time reigning NFL Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald. And there's an end-over-end kick far side. Hits the turf. Takes a bit of a Pine Richland bounce inside Central Catholic territory, and is going to be downed at the 47 of the Rams. 8:05 to play in the first quarter. We are scoreless. Central Catholic, Pine Richland, Class 6A Quad County Conference football. Of course, Pine Richland, not only top-ranked team in Class 6A, according to the Trib High School Sports Network, ranked number 2 in the state, behind only St. Joseph Prep, a team that knocked Pine Richland out of the state playoffs last year. Ball on the far hash mark. In fact, a little wide of the far hash mark because we've got the college hash mark. So if you were having the high school hash marks, they'd be on the far hash mark. Vikings going from left to right. Pito gives the ball to Tillman. Tillman finds a little bit of a hole inside Pine Richland territory to the 49-yard line.
And again, you look at that offensive line from Central Catholic, and they get nice penetration, get downfield as they pull the guard and tackle on the counter, and Tillman was able to read it, cut back against the grain a little bit, went away from where the traps were, but able to get a nice gain on the play.
4 carries, 22 yards for Tillman thus far. 2nd and 6. Central Catholic at the Pine Richland 49. 2 receivers left. Wingback off to the right side. Now a man in motion from left to right. Give to Tillman again off the right side. Tillman hurdles 1 tackler, gets 2 to the 47. It'll be 3rd and about 4 for Central Catholic.
Yeah, nice defensive play by Nevin Nowitzki. As you can see, just zone blocking by the offensive line of Pine Richland, but great individual pursuit down the line of scrimmage by Nowitzki of Pine Richland to come up with the tackle.
3rd and 3, Central Catholic at the Pine Richland 46. Wingbacks each way. We've got a receiver off to the left side. 1 back set for the Vikings. Pito under center, man in motion left to right. Give to Tillman. Tillman off the right side. Tillman's got the first down inside the 40 to the 37 of Pine Richland. A gain of 9 more. 1st and 10, Central Catholic.
Nice play by Central Catholic. You can see they've got the tight end in the wing over here. The fullback comes over in motion, does a nice trap, and they get good surge off the line. They just blew the defensive line of Pine Richland off the ball. Tillman able to power it forward for the first.
1st and 10, Central Catholic at the Pine Richland 37. Pretty basic offense thus far for the Vikings. Man in motion again, Sinceri from left to right. Give to a new back in the game who's got a hole at the left side. Gets to the 31-yard line. That's number 29, J.D. Younger, carrying the ball for 6 yards. And, of course, his older brother, J.J., was the star running back in 2016 when Central Catholic won the Whitfield Championship.
And he looks very good on that first run for Central Catholic. And, again, the line play right now is the key, and that's something that I know Coach Eric Kasparovich was worried about, because last year he had the big guys. This year Central Catholic's got them, and you said, Paul, there's nothing fancy here. This is power football.
J.D. Younger, the lone setback. 2nd and 4, Central Catholic at the Pine Richland 41. 3 defensive linemen give to Younger, and he is drilled for a loss back to the 34-yard line. Number 56 coming in to make the stop. Miguel Jackson, the 6'2", 245-pound lineman.
I tell you what, he was in the up position. You can see him in the middle of the screen there as he comes off the line and stunted. He went on a slant to the right side of the Pine Richland defense, came through untouched, and as we would say it in the coaching vernacular, he blew the play up.
3rd and 6, Central Catholic at the Pine Richland 33. 4:53 and turning to play in the first quarter. We are scoreless, but Central Catholic on the move. Pito in the shotgun. Tillman to his left. Now Tillman in that looping motion. Pito fakes to him, looks left, in trouble, and there's Jackson again, making the sack back at the 40-yard line.
And that time they tried to set up the double screen, and they let the lineman go through. As you can see, they're going to set up to the left and to the right. And he's looking left, and he tries to come back to the right, and unfortunately, Jackson got in there way too soon and is able to come up with the huge sack for Pine Richland.
Opelko to punt. Meckler deep for Pine Richland.
13 for the Vikings. Opelko to punt.
Trying to pin
Meckler
Pine
deep
Richland
for the
deep
Rams.
again. Opelko's kick. Another high kick over to the far side of the field. Meckler handles at the 9. Gets over the 10, 15, 20, 25. He's out of bounds at about the 27-yard line. We take you now to the 3rd member of our team down on the field here, Shelby Cassesi.
Penalty is against the Rams, holding.
Penalty on the punt return against Pine Richland. We apologize for any technical difficulties we may have had there. We'll try to get back to Shelby a little bit later on. 3:50 to play in the first quarter. We are scoreless. Central Catholic and Pine Richland. Central Catholic's had much better in the game of field position. It's 1st and 10. Pine Richland at its own 6. Snap to Spencer. Quick pass, near side, complete to Jokum. He's at the 15, the 14 yards. First down of the evening for Pine Richland.
Yeah, nice simple little pitch and catch. They had trips out there. Jokum out there gets the catch, and he's got his other receivers blocking for him. Doing a nice job. He gets upfield.
Spencer takes the shotgun snap. Flag down. Spencer throws deep. Man out there. Jokum makes the catch. It's a foot race. He's at the 30, the 25, the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Pine Richland. But there is a flag down. And the Central Catholic players are saying, come on back, because it looks like it's a penalty on Pine Richland.
And it was thrown by the umpire automatically. It's usually a holding, and indeed that is the call. So a huge play for Pine Richland just gets blown up there by the flag.
79-yard touchdown pass. Eli Jokum is the leading receiver for Pine Richland. He had 22 catches coming into today's game, and that was just a great play. So that touchdown will not count. And again, Pine Richland is backed up deep in its own territory, back at the 9-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 22 for the Rams. Cole Spencer, empty backfield, 3 receivers right, 2 left. Spencer in the shotgun. Central Catholic, 4 across the defensive front, but only the tackles are down. Spencer's going to run with the football over the 10, and then he goes down, probably smartly so, at about the 13-yard line.
Yeah, coming over in a hurry for Central Catholic was Luke Harris. And Spencer saw him and figured, hey, I'm going to get down while the getting's good. And you got to be impressed with the pressure that the Central Catholic defensive line's putting on. Amir Allen has been putting on a show to this point.
2nd and 16. Spencer has time this time. Rolls left, surveys the field. He's going to have to run again. Gets over the 15 to about the 17. That was great coverage. Is there a penalty marker down?
There is. Amir Allen was getting double teamed, and they ripped his helmet off. And so the call will go against Pine Richland. And Allen, he's coming out of the game, but he shouldn't have to because his helmet was torn off by an opposing player.
And the Allen twins, just absolute studs on the defensive line for Central Catholic. And Coach Terry Totten says the two of them are just always together.
Well, they were double teaming Amir, and they couldn't handle him. That's why the flag had to come in.
So we got 2nd and 27. Pine Richland at its own 4. And they may get a few yards back because it looks like Elliott Donald may have jumped off sides.
Yeah, just a little too soon. He tapped himself on the chest, indicating that, yeah, my fault. So
that'll make it a 2nd and 22 for Pine Richland at its 9. That's the first penalty of the game against Central Catholic. Cole Spencer in the shotgun. It's a pistol, more of a pistol. He's got a back behind him. That's Luke Meckler, who now goes in motion. Spencer throws it to him in the flat off the right side. Through his hands, incomplete.
And I don't think it was going to go very far anyway, as shadowing him was Amar Allen, number 55. You'll see Meckler go out there, and as the pass comes his way, there's 55 out there, and also coming in is number 29 for Central Catholic, and that's J.D. Younger.
So it's 3rd and 22 now for Pine Richland at its 9-yard line. Central Catholic's going with the 4 linemen, but only the tackles are in a down position. But still putting some pressure on Cole Spencer. Spencer back to pass in his own end zone, now steps out. He's going to have to get rid of it out of bounds on the near side. Luke Miller was the closest receiver, but it's 4th and long, and Pine Richland's going to have to punt from its own end zone again.
And again, the pressure from the defensive line. This time it was Amar Allen getting in there in a hurry. And there you see Elliott Donald coming off. But the pressure has been intense on Spencer, and you got to credit the D-line from Central Catholic. Right now they're winning the battle up front.
Brandon Jackson deep for Central Catholic. Caden Schweiger. Excuse me, that's Chris Argenis punting from the end zone. We got a whistle, and it looks like going to be an illegal procedure call against Pine Richland. And Coach Eric Kasparovich can't be happy. His team's making some mistakes here early.
Yeah, and that's not typical Pine Richland. They usually play a very clean game. They're very well coached, but a big game tonight. You've got the bright lights of Friday night and two ranked teams going at it. You might be feeling the pressure just a little bit.
And the kick under a heavy rush. Gets off a strong kick. Jackson runs up on it, then lets it bounce, and it takes a Pine Richland bounce. It's going to be down to the Central Catholic 46. 2:08 to play in the first quarter. We are still scoreless.
And if you want to credit anybody for the extra bounce, credit Chance Boyd, who was getting down as a gunner on coverage. And he made the punt returner pull off of the ball. And that's why it hit and bounced about an extra 10, 15 yards there.
So it'll be 1st and 10. Central Catholic at the 46 of Pine Richland. Central Catholic has had the benefit of the better field position thus far, but hasn't been able to take advantage of it to this point.
No, they have not. So
matchups from across Pennsylvania all season with the high
it's paramount for Central Catholic to try and make sure that they can get some kind of score in here now, as they have the good field position, and Pine Richland's defense has risen to the occasion. You know, they've been able to run the ball at times and been successful with it, has Central Catholic, but the drives have stalled.
Don't forget, coming up at the half, it's the Trib HSSN halftime show. This week, Dawn Rebel and the Trib's Dr. Chris Harlan hand out the grades for the WPIAL midterm report. And this game and all of the games broadcast on Trib Live High School Sports Network are archived and available to watch for free forever. If you do want a hard copy of this game broadcast yourself, you can click the buy button on the bottom of the page you're on right now. Central Catholic going from left to right. Dom Pito and the Central Catholic offense.
On KDKA Radio 1020 and on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. You can listen to the game anytime you want on your computer.
0-0 the score. And as we mentioned, the team that has won this game the last 6 years has gone on to win the WPIAL championship in the highest classification of the WPIAL that year.
Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Pito under center, one back set, two receivers off to the right side. Pito, 5-step drop, looks right, throwing deep on the wheel right, man open, Jackson, and it's a little bit too far for him. I think Jackson stopped.
He slowed up, but a beautiful out and up route by Jackson. You're going to see him come out, breaks to the out, then boom, plants and heads up field and just blows by the defender. And all he had to do is put a little more air under that, and that was 6 points. So, you know, great route, but nothing to show for it.
2nd and 10, Central Catholic at the 46 of Pine Richland. One back set again for the Vikings, two receivers off to the left side, a wing back off to the right. Pito gives the ball to Tillman. Tillman straight up the gut for a couple of yards.
Tillman, the ball
Put him at the 44, gain of 2, 3rd and 8. Tillman, that's already his 8th carry of the evening.
Yeah, nothing fancy there. Just ran it up the middle, and they brought the tight end, number 81, Braylon Henderson, comes back and kicks out, but no one blocked the outside linebacker on the right side, and he's the one that makes the tackle.
Sherrod Lindsay in the game. He goes wide to the far side of the field, flanks left. Two receivers right, Sinkar the wide man, Jackson in the slot. Pito in the shotgun, Tillman to his left on the 3rd and 9. Central Catholic at the 45 of Pine Richland. Pito, deep drop, has time. But there's good coverage downfield. Pito now rolls left, now rolls right, spins back to the left side, getting some pressure, shovels the ball forward to Tillman, but he's going to lose yardage at the 48-yard line. Great coverage and great work by Pito to get something to happen on that play.
Yeah, great penetration by the Pine Richland defense, and Pito in a world of trouble here, and finally just shovels it ahead. But the pressure being brought by number 25 initially of Pine Richland, Caden Schweiger, and he forced the issue for the Pine Richland Rams. And again, Pine Richland's defense comes up big despite great field position for Pittsburgh Central Catholic.
Rams have been downright stingy this year, have only allowed 30 points on the season. Opalco's punt, Meckler deep, another booming kick. Far side of the field, Meckler handles and just steps out of bounds at the 13-yard line of Pine Richland. 56 seconds to play in the first quarter. Still no score in this one between Pine Richland and Central Catholic. Field position again, Pine Richland deep in its own territory. Central Catholic's had excellent field position, but not able to take advantage as of yet.
And Pine Richland did score a touchdown, but it got called back on a holding penalty.
Cole Spencer leads the Pine Richland offense back onto the field, the 5'10", 175-pound junior. Spencer, the latest in a great long line of quarterbacks here at Pine Richland. Phil Jerkovic, Ben DiNucci before him. Spencer in the shotgun, back Meckler to his right. Now Meckler shifts to his left. And we got a whistle and a flag.
Time ran out on the play clock.
Delay of game for Pine Richland, so back the Rams up 5. And as far as the offense is concerned, this has not been Pine Richland football.
No.
It's against the Rams.
They have made just way too many penalties.
From their own 8.
First and 15, Pine Richland at its 8. Spencer now in the pistol, Meckler behind him, 2 receivers each way. Spencer throws far side, batted down and almost picked off by number 55 for Central Catholic, and that is Amar Allen, excuse me.
By number 55,
I tell you what, Amar and Amir Allen, along with Elliot Donald, have been forces for this Central Catholic defense, and that could have very easily been a pick 6 for Amar Allen.
Second and 15, Pine Richland at its 8. Beatty, the defensive end of the near side. A.J. Beatty, already committed to North Carolina. Spencer in the shotgun, takes the snap, throws a quick pass. It's complete to Jokum. Jokum's going to be wrapped up and dropped at the 11-yard line. Pick up a 3 on the play, and that is it.
Looks like J.D. Younger got in there in a hurry to make that tackle. That was just that wide receiver screen that they tried earlier and had success with it, but Younger read it beautifully, made the tackle for Central Catholic.
Third and about 12 for the Rams. Trips far side, receiver to the left side, pistol formation.
11
Spencer back to pass, throws near side, complete, and getting out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. Number 10, DeVay Johnson making the catch, and that's going to be enough for Pine Richland first down.
And the key to that one, it was a 3-step drop, timing route, quick out, and he got rid of the ball in a hurry.
From their own 24.
And got the completion.
Spencer, ball was loose on the ground and was recovered by Central Catholic. Elliot Donald at the 16-yard line of Pine Richland recovers the fumble with 4 seconds to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, Spencer tried to scramble, lost the handle on the ball. You see him head forward. Beatty comes up on him. Elliot Donald comes up on him. He loses the ball, and Donald pounces on it for the fumble recovery. And again, great field position for Pittsburgh Central Catholic.
Can the Vikings capitalize this time? Hartnett over the football. 4 seconds to play in the first quarter. We're scoreless, but Central Catholic first and 10 at the Pine Richland 16. Pito under center. It's a one-back set. Man in motion from left to right. That's Sunseri. Pito gives the ball to Tillman off the right side. Gets through a hole inside the 10 to about the 8. And that's the end of the first quarter. It's Central Catholic nothing, Pine Richland nothing. You're watching WPIAL Football 2019 on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and PCN TV.
People ask what drives me. It's the respect I have for my opponents, the trust I have in my teammates, a coach who treats me with dignity, and a university that has faith in me, on and off the court. That's what keeps me focused, why I practice harder, why I play my heart out. I play to win. I play for Carlo.
Mr. Magic is Pittsburgh's premier car wash. We combine the latest technology, equipment, and detergents to give your car that showroom shine. Stop by any one of our 5 locations or visit us online at MrMagicCarWash.com.
Fence.
Back at Gessling Stadium, Carnegie Mellon University, Paul Patera along with Lou Rude. It's Class 6A Quad County Conference football. Pine Richland, Central Catholic. And there's a special presentation going on down on the field.
He topped off his high school career by
PA announcer letting us know, but we've got no score as we start quarter number 2. But Central Catholic has it 2nd and 2 at the Pine Richland 8-yard line.
Last week he was inducted
just 8 yards from pay dirt. Central Catholic's at the better field position thus far.
Please give a warm welcome to one of Central's all-time greats, Bobby Cochise Watkins.
Bobby Cochise Watkins, a Central Catholic great, being honored on the field.
Next, we
former
would like
Central
to
Catholic star.
A very special team on the 15th anniversary.
That's the 15th anniversary.
State title run. We have some members of the 2004
members of the 2004 Central Catholic State Championship team here.
One of the greatest teams in Whitfield history, and were inducted into the Whitfield Hall of Fame.
PCN's bringing you key matchups from across Pennsylvania all season. We'll get back to that in a second. We are back in action. 2nd and 2 at the 8. Man in motion from right to left. Pito under center. Gives the ball. This is Tillman. Cut back move inside the 5. Bounces to about the 4-yard line. 1st and goal for Central Catholic.
And again, trying off tackle on the left side was Central Catholic as they bring the motion man to kick out, and then good surge by the offensive line. They opened up a nice hole there.
So it'll be 1st and goal. Central Catholic has the ball at the Pine Richland 4-yard line, trying to strike first. One back set, that's Tillman. There's a wing back off to the left side. Slot man right, receiver right. Man in motion from right to left. That's Sunseri. Give to Tillman, left side. Tillman tripped up just short of the goal line at about the 1. There is a penalty marker down.
And where that got thrown, it's usually holding. And indeed, that will be the call.
Flag on the play, holding against the Vikings.
Holding is the call against Central Catholic Vikings. Getting back to what I was saying before, PCN's bringing you key matchups from across the state all season with the high school football game of the week. Every Friday, watch the whole game live on cable and stream with PCN Select. Go to PCNTV.com for the schedule. So to be 1st and goal, Central Catholic at the Pine Richland 12. Pine Richland's defense has been staunch so far tonight. Kind of a bend but don't break. But this is the deepest Central Catholic has gotten this evening. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers, 1 back. Tillman again, left side, huge hole. Tillman at the 5, touchdown Central Catholic.
Tillman takes the handoff, 12 yards for the
And that time they just opened up a gaping hole for Tillman. Came out with a different look with the double tight end, double flanker look. And Tillman was able to just explode through the hole. As we see here, watch the hole open up. And there's just a gaping hole there. Good blocking downfield, and Tillman able to basically get into the end zone untouched from 12 yards out.
His 7th touchdown of the season. Pito to hold, Opalco to kick. Try to put a 7 on the Central Catholic side of the scoreboard. Pito puts it down. Opalco's kick is blocked. A rare miss for Opalco for Central Catholic, so the score will remain 6-0. Central Catholic leading Pine Richland with 10:51 to play in the first half.
Richland 0.
And HSSN All-Stars A.J. Beatty and Elliot Donald had a chance to talk about their predictions for this season and more at our Kennywood Day.
Win. I mean, yeah, just win, honestly. Yeah, I mean, that's all we really care about right now is just winning.
Win states, we go undefeated. We have a lot of talent this year, you know, so I look forward to having a good year.
I mean, it's crazy. It's awesome. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, like, you can't really, like, describe the feeling. I mean, it's excitement. scared. Well, not scared, but it's like you're a little bit nervous, but it's fun. It's definitely fun.
It's an amazing feeling, you know. Everything that you think about and go through during the day goes away, you know. You get clear-minded and out there having fun.
Alongside Lou Rude, Paul Patera, Carnegie Mellon University's Gessling Stadium. WPIAL Class 6A Quad County Conference. Central Catholic strikes first. Eddie Tillman going over from 12 yards out. Jonathan Opelko's extra point blocked, however. We'll see if that looms large throughout the game. 6-0 Central Catholic leads, and maybe Pine Richland, after this kickoff, can get some better field position. The Rams have been pinned inside their own territory all game, deep inside their own territory. And against this Central Catholic defense, it's not where you want to operate. Opelko teeing it up. One of the top kickers in the WPIAL, marking off his steps. Luke Meckler is the deep man to the near side for Pine Richland. There's 10:51 to play here in the first half. Just a beautiful Friday evening here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And the kick by Opelko deep to the far side, and backpedaling and handling at the 1-yard line. Puts it under the right arm over the 5, the 10, the 15, to about the 19-yard line. That's Tristan Taylor on the return. And we got a little extracurricular stuff going on down on the field here, but cooler heads are going to prevail. A flag is down. We'll see what referee Joe Kulik says this is all about. Pine Richland undefeated on the season. Central Catholic with 1 loss. That came in week 2, September 6th. Lost to North Allegheny by a score of 11-10.
Holding against the Rams.
Holding against the Rams is the penalty. So again, Pine Richland deep in its own territory. Just been their own worst enemy here tonight. So put the ball at the Pine Richland 8. Rams now going from left to right. And there just hasn't been much room for Cole Spencer and the Pine Richland offense to operate. Wide to the near side of the field. That's Seth Bolin.
Start the drive.
There's 3 receivers left. That's the near side. 3 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Now Meckler comes in motion and lines up behind Cole Spencer. Snap to Spencer. He's just going to tuck it and go. He's got a hole. Gets to about the 15-yard line for a gain of 7. 2nd and 3.
They ran a little speed option look there as he took off with Meckler for the pitch and decided to keep it and headed upfield, and Amir Allen just got him by the ankles.
Spencer this time looks to pass through the hands of the intended receiver. That's Luke Miller. That was a dart thrown by Spencer. Incomplete, 3rd and 3. And Spencer, not much going with the passing game tonight.
No. Central Catholic's doing a nice job. They're sitting in a zone, and they're doing a nice job taking away the passing lanes from Spencer.
Empty backfield, shotgun formation, 3 receivers right, 2 left. Spencer awaits the shotgun snap. Central Catholic rushes 3. Spencer throws complete to Eli Jokum over the 20 to the 23-yard line. A gain on the play of 8 yards, and that's enough for a Pine Richland first down.
And again, Paul, where he's been successful, as we'll see the replay here, nice grab by Jokum, went up and high-pointed it, got it at the top of his jump. The key to the success of the passing game is the 3-step drops. Get it away quick because the pressure from Central Catholic's rush.
No huddle attack for Pine Richland. Spencer back to pass. Here comes some pressure. Spencer in trouble. Elliott Donald's got him and drops him back at the 15-yard line. Elliott Donald is a man in there.
And give credit to A.J. Beatty for setting it up, because he comes with the pressure on the outside, and you'll see him come in, and all of a sudden there's nowhere to run for Spencer because Beatty was blowing in from the outside, and he drove him right into the arms of Elliott Donald for the sack.
Loss of 7 back to the 16-yard line. Shotgun snap to Spencer. Spencer's just going to have to run with it, and here comes a bunch of Central Catholic defenders. Knock him out of bounds at the 17 by Gus Sanseri at the line of scrimmage. And you talked about Beatty going to North Carolina. Donald's going to have his choice of colleges, already with offers from Ohio State, Notre Dame, Pitt, and Penn State, to name a few.
Yeah, I can see where he's going to get a lot more. And I tell you, both the Allen twins have been very impressive tonight. They have opened my eyes up. And I knew they were good and highly rated, but I tell you what, they are doing a fantastic job for Central Catholic.
3rd and 16. Pine Richland at its 16. Spencer looking to pass again. Going to be sacked again. Back at the 11-yard line.
By number 26.
Number 26, Max Saganek that time. And Cole Spencer just doesn't have any time tonight.
Well, he doesn't. You know, pick your poison. They're double-teaming Donald. They're trying to double-team the Allens, and that leaves Saganek one-on-one, and he just blows by the lineman and able to make the sack. And, you know, Pine Richland's going to have to do some adjusting here on the sideline if they can as to what they're doing with their blocking schemes right now, because Spencer has no time whatsoever.
Chris Romano to punt from his own end zone. Central Catholic setting up the return. High kick near side. Short kick is handled on a bounce by the Central Catholic return man, who reverses his field and then is swarmed. Antonio Pitts at the Pine Richland 45-yard line, but again, tremendous field position for Central Catholic.
Yeah, and they've been able to capitalize on it once when they got the fumble recovery down in close, but since then, not much at all.
Now let's hear from the Central Catholic and Pine Richland coaches as they discuss their opponent. Oh, change of plans,
They have a very good offense.
It's on.
You know, he doesn't always, the quarterback is a good high school quarterback. Obviously, Phil has moved on to bigger things and some of the linemen, but they have a system that they use to, you know, almost perfection. And like Coach said, they present challenges, and we think we are up for that challenge. So let's see what happens.
It's Coach Totten's. You know, he's been there for a number of years, and it's the same team, just big, physical, great-looking kids that play hard, play fast, extremely tough. Well-coached football team.
I feel like their coaching staff has built a culture, and they're trying to fit guys right into their culture, and it's starting young for them. You know, they got some things going on that are pretty good up there. This team that they have right now, pretty dynamic running back, kick and run. You know, he's a fast kid, so he presents some challenges. The quarterback's getting the ball out fairly quickly, and he can run as well. So, yeah, like Coach said, their system is kind of in place. So they have a couple of things that they can always go to, I think, that, you know, they're confident in. And, you know, we feel like we're up for the challenge to stop it.
Schweiger.
Back at Carnegie Mellon University's Gessling Stadium. A couple of runs by Eddie Tillman put Central Catholic 1st and 10 at the Pine Richland 34. There's 7:40 to play in the first half. Central Catholic leads the Rams 6-0. Paul Patera and Lou Rude with you here on this beautiful evening.
Gain of 4, good for a Viking first down.
Tillman, 12 carries, 70 yards at this point. Pito under center. Tillman again off the left side. Tillman getting yardage inside the 30 to the 28. Give them about 5 more yards, 6 more yards, 2nd and 4.
And you see him give the signal for just keep feeding me. But what it is they're getting great line surge, and then they're pulling the guard and tackle around to lead up through the hole, and they are just opening big holes for Tillman, and he's exploding through them. And right now, just domination by the Pittsburgh Central Catholic offensive line.
Offset eye, tailback to the right. 4 on the defensive front. Keeper by Pito this time. Pito inside the 25 to the 24. Gain of 3 to be 2nd and 7.
And Paul, nothing fancy. Quarterback sneak, and you can see the surge coming from that offensive line. They are knocking those white shirts back off the ball for Pine Richland. And the backs are not getting touched till they're either to the linebackers or the secondary. And yeah, if you like old-fashioned power football, you got to love what Pittsburgh Central Catholic's doing right now.
Offset eye, tailback to the right. Now in the game at the tailback position is Younger. And he's got the football. He goes around left end, makes a cut, fights his way to the 20, maybe the 19-yard line, where he is tackled by Caden Schweiger. Don't forget, coming up at the half is the Trib HSSN halftime show. This week, Dawn Rebel and the Trib's doctor, Chris Harlan, hand out the grades for the WPIAL midterm report. And we have a timeout on the field taken by Pine Richland. And with 6:16 to play in the first half, the score Central Catholic 6, Pine Richland nothing. You're listening and watching WPIAL Football 2019 on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and PCN TV.
People ask what drives me. It's the respect I have for my opponents, the trust I have in my teammates, a coach who treats me with dignity, and a university that has faith in me, on and off the court. That's what keeps me focused, why I practiced harder, why I play my heart out. I play to win. I play for Carlo.
Tired of a dirty car? Mr. Magic Car Wash will have your vehicle looking new again in just minutes, even those tough-to-clean wheels. Try us out at any one of our 5 convenient South Hills locations for a car wash you won't soon forget.
Mr. Magic Car Wash, clean, shiny, and dry every time.
Continues next Friday live at 7.
Paul Patera, Lou Rude. We're at Carnegie Mellon University tonight, Gessling Stadium. It's WPIAL Class 6A Quad County Conference football. Central Catholic in dominant fashion leads Pine Richland 6-0. The Vikings on the move again. Have it 2nd and 6 at the Pine Richland 20. And you said that was a very important timeout by Pine Richland, Lou.
Yeah, Central Catholic came with an unbalanced look, and I think they're doing it again. They've got the split end on the line. They've got the tight end, A.J. Beatty. They've got a wing. They've got an offset fullback all to the left of the formation. And only to the right, they've got a guard and a tackle. So unbalanced left for Central Catholic.
Pito under center. Gives the ball. Coming with it is Younger. Dragged down inside the 20 to about the 19-yard line. Good pursuit from behind by Nevin Nowitzki. That'll make it 3rd and about 5 for the Vikings.
Now we'll see if they come back with the unbalanced again. Usually what you do when you go unbalanced like that, you want to see if you can get an overshift by the defense, and then you're going to try and hit back away from where the unbalanced is. If they overshift, if they don't, you're just going to keep pounding it away where you have the advantage. And unbalanced left again with the offset fullback.
3rd and 6. Ball just inside the 20 of Pine Richland. And we got some movement. Perhaps it's going to be offside against Pine Richland. Again, another mistake by Pine Richland. And they're making mistakes that it's just not typical at all.
No, it's not. And Coach Eric Kasparovich has got to be unhappy, to say the least. And they're going to have their hands full at halftime. They're going to have to make some very important adjustments to try and stem this tide of Pittsburgh Central Catholic.
It was enough for a first down. So it's 1st and 10. Central Catholic at the Pine Richland 14. Offset I, tailback to the left of the formation. Pito gives to Tillman. Tillman eludes one defender, but won't elude the second one, who drops him back for a loss back to the 15. Josh Rechenberg.
And that's that situation where the unbalanced was to the left. They slid the fullback back to the right, and then they tried to run a counter coming back to the right side where the overload wasn't, but well read by Pine Richland, and they make the tackle.
Loss of 2 on the play. 74 yards thus far for Tillman. 4:40 and turning to play in the first half. 6-0 Central Catholic. Vikings on the move again. 2nd and 12 at the Pine Richland 16. Offset I, Tillman to the left. Play action fake. Naked boot. Pito's going to keep the football. Pito's going to get short yardage to the 18-yard line. Coming up to make the stop, Caden Schweiger. Pine Richland read that play nicely.
They read it beautifully. Everybody was disciplined. They did what they were supposed to do. As you see, he does the naked bootleg coming around, and everybody, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white shirts there. And that shows your defense is well balanced and disciplined when you got 5 white shirts sitting there waiting on a quarterback on a naked bootleg.
3rd and 13, Central Catholic at the Pine Richland 17-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Pito in the shotgun, Tillman to his left. Now Tillman in the looping motion, and we got a penalty marker down.
My guess is illegal procedure.
And that will be the call. So Central Catholic breaking down a little bit on this drive.
And they've had their moments. They've had great field position. The game has essentially been played on Pine Richland's side of the field the entire first half.
And Pine Richland only trails 6-0.
They only trail 6-0. They had a 67-yard touchdown pass?
79.
79-yard touchdown pass called back.
So it is 3rd and 18. Central Catholic at the Pine Richland 22. Remember, Central Catholic has a great field goal kicker in Jonathan Opalka. Twins right, receiver left, and we're going to get a timeout by Central Catholic. 3:17 to play in the first half. 6-0 is the score. Central Catholic leading Pine Richland. Don't forget, some of the top athletes in the WPIAL are featured every week here on our Trib Live High School Sports Network. We'll talk more about that in a bit, but let me remind you, Central Catholic head coach Terry Totten and Pine Richland head coach Eric Kasparovich talk about what it will take to win tonight.
Well, you're going to have to post some points offensively, and we think our offense is getting better. Defensively, you got to know where you're at, and you have to cover the field. And we like the package we have in, and we think we're addressing some of the things that they've done and have hurt us with in the past. So those things have to be executed.
Play a clean game. We're going to have to be efficient, running the ball, throwing the ball. And on defense, they got some big-time recruits that are going to be lining up on the offensive and defensive lines, but on defense in particular, we're going to have to tackle well, because they want to run the ball. They want to try to impose their will on you. And it's our job as coaches to put our kids in good positions to be successful and then make those tackles.
Back at Carnegie Mellon University, Paul Patera, Lou Rude. We're at Gessling Stadium. Central Catholic 6, Pine Richland nothing. Central Catholic 3rd and 16 at the Pine Richland 22. Pito gives the ball on the shotgun snap to Tillman with a lot of room. Tillman's at the 10. Tillman knocked out of bounds inside the 10 at about the 6-yard line. Still just a little bit short of the first down. It's going to be 4th and about 2. What does Coach Terry Totten do here, Lou?
Well, we'll see as you get into the play a little later. Power football is what I would think right now. They spread them out, and then they just gave the ball to Tillman on a quick handoff there, zone blocking, and by spreading them out, they created room. The offensive line able to do the blocking as we've got timeout again on the field.
3:10 to play in the first half. 6-0 is the score. Central Catholic leading Pine Richland. As I was saying before, some of the top athletes in the WPIAL are featured every week on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Log on to our website this fall and check out which athletes we are talking to. And if you're a fan of Pine Richland or Central Catholic and have a print story or a photo from the game or video, you can post it to our website. Go to the top of the website and click Schools. Select the school page for the team you want, then click Post Content. Paul Patera, Lou Rude with you. And Central Catholic has dominated the football game, Lou, but they've only got a 6-0 lead. If there's something Eric Kasparovich can take from the first half, if they can keep Central Catholic out of the end zone here, not an easy task, of course, it would be that.
Yeah, the fact that they can say, well, we played the entire half on our side of the field, and they had multiple chances to score, and we held them to 1 touchdown. That's something you can hang your hat on, and let's make the changes we need to make, the adjustments we need to make, and see if we can't come out in the second half and turn this game around. But right now, the key issue is you have to stop Central Catholic from scoring a touchdown. If you give up a field goal, you give up a field goal. But at the very least, you do not want them into the end zone to make it a 2-touchdown lead or a 2-scored advantage.
4th and 1, and it looks like Central Catholic will go for it. 4th and 1 at the Pine Richland 5.
And they're coming unbalanced to the left, Paul.
Vikings from right to left. Tillman, the deep man, in the eye. The offset eye. Pito under center. Strong side left, as Lou mentioned. Pito gives the ball to Tillman. Tillman's going in the end zone untouched. Touchdown, Central Catholic.
Handoff 5 yards for the Central Catholic touchdown.
That was too easy for Pittsburgh Central Catholic. He walks in untouched. And just great line surge, great blocking. And there you see the end result as he just motors into the end zone from 5 yards out. And when you got a back running in untouched, there's some great blocking that's going on up front.
Tillman's 8th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game, and he has already carried the ball 16 times in the first half. And as we told you, he's not a big kid, but as you mentioned, Lou, he said, give me the ball. He wants it. Opelka on to try the extra point. His first one was blocked. Second one, blocked again. Coming through, number 22, Nevin Nowitzki to block that, so the score will remain 12-0. Central Catholic over Pine Richland, but they blocked 2 Opelka extra points.
Yeah, that's talk about adjustments. Coach Terry Totten and his special teams are going to want to make a adjustment on that one.
Don't forget to tune in for This Week in the WPIAL on a new night this fall. Log on to Tuesday night at 7 as we visit with some of the top WPIAL coaches, plus we preview some of the top games from Week 6 of the 2019 WPIAL football season. I don't know if you could hear the PA announcer there, but an 11-play, 45-yard drive that took 5 minutes and 16 seconds off the clock. That's efficient. That's beautiful. PCN's Game of the Week continues next Friday, live at 7 p.m. as Hazleton takes on Berwick. Catch the entire game on cable and stream with PCN Select. Visit PCNTV.com for the schedule. That sounds like a great matchup. A couple of fine programs there in Hazleton and Berwick. Paul Patera, Lou Rude with you at Carnegie Mellon University's Gessling Stadium. 3:07 to play in the first half. It's 12-0 Central Catholic. Still plenty of time with that explosive Pine Richland offense, and the Rams do have 2 timeouts remaining. So Palco puts it on the tee. Meckler is deep along with Taylor. Meckler's near side, Taylor far side, awaiting the kickoff from Opelka. And a lot of kickers in the WPIAL kicking it short to keep it away from return man. That's not going to be the MO for Jonathan Opelka. Okay, I lied. There's a short kick handled at the 29-yard line, getting over the 30 to the 34. He had to make me a liar, didn't he? Short kick, returning it there was number 10, DeVay Johnson. That was Johnson on the return for Pine Richland. Luke Harris on the tackle. So it'll be 1st and 10, Pine Richland at its 35-yard line. The Rams will go from left to right, put it on the far hash. And we'll see. That's the best field position, starting field position for the Rams tonight.
Yes, it is.
Bunch formation to the left. Now some shifting, and we're going to have trips near side and the receiver left. Pistol formation, Meckler behind Cole Spencer. Spencer gives the ball to Meckler. Meckler meets Elliott Donald, who says, how do you do? You're going to lose a few yards on this play. Unbelievable.
And they cannot handle the defensive line from Pittsburgh Central Catholic. Yeah, that was Donald. Just blew the play up.
Loss of 4, 2nd and 14. Empty backfield, 5 receiver set. Spencer, right side, complete to Jokum. Jokum eludes the first defender. Gets over the 35. Flag flies well after the play. Jokum got out of bounds at the 38, but that flag came from way back and well after the play.
I think they're going to call for the block. A Pine Richland receiver was continuing his block. He played through to the whistle, and he knocked the player down from Central Catholic, but it was right when the whistle blew.
Foul against the Rams.
I'm going to disagree with this one, Paul.
It's a dead ball foul, so it remains 3rd down. There's the pass.
The block is right in the corner of the screen. He's just continuing on with his block. And
so put the ball back at the Pine Richland 24. It'll be 3rd and 14 for the Rams. And Cole Spencer's got 4 receivers to the left, 1 right. Empty backfield, but the Central Catholic defensive line has owned this football game.
From the 29.
Now Meckler goes in motion. He comes to the left of Spencer. Spencer, pass complete, far side, getting to the 25. Jokum over the 30 to the 32. Still well short of the first down.
Pass complete.
And again, great pursuit by the Pittsburgh Central Catholic defense as Paul gets out there in a hurry, but Jokum not really anywhere to run. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blue uniforms there getting around him.
Central Catholic takes its final time out of the first half. 2:18 to play in the half. Vikings lead Pine Richland 12-0. You are listening and watching WPIAL Football 2019 on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and PCN TV.
Excella Health wants to know, how can we help you today? Can we help you find a doctor? Schedule a same-day appointment. Choose just the right service for your health concern? As your healthcare partner, Excella offers hundreds of primary care and specialty doctors, along with outpatient testing, rehab, and nationally recognized heart care, surgery, and orthopedics. To learn more, visit excellahealth.org or call 1-877-771-1234.
Alongside Lou Rude, Paul Patera, Carnegie Mellon University's Gessling Stadium. It's Class 6A Quad County Conference football, a game that's really surprising me, the way it's being dominated by Central Catholic. The Vikings lead 12-0 with 2:18 to play in the first half.
And they have owned the game to this point.
Absolutely.
They have owned this game. With the exception of the 76-yard touchdown pass that got called back.
Romano to punt. It's off a high, short kick near side, and a fair catch is signaled for at the 43-yard line of Central Catholic. So good field position for the Vikings. Carruthers making the fair catch. Good field position, 2:11 to play in the first half. Now the Vikings are out of timeouts, but when you're on offense in high school football, that's not such a big deal.
No, it's not. You can always clock the ball if you need to, which is spiking it. You can also aim your pattern so you can run out of bounds. And if you get a first down, it stops the clock while they move the chains. So there's a variety of ways that you can still move the ball and not worry about the clock without timeouts.
From their own 43-yard
line. I think I'm just going to give that ball to Tillman again. See what he does.
Probably not a bad plan.
But he's not.
Although he's not on the field. Dontre Jones, kind of a more muscular, more thunder back in the backfield now for the Vikings. Man in motion, Sinceri from left to right. Play action fake. Pito rolling near side, throws man wide open. That's Beatty, makes the catch inside the 45, down to the 40 of Pine Richland. Pick up a 16, 1st and 10 Vikings.
And that's what you can do when you run the ball with precision. Bootleg action comes around, tight end comes across. A.J. Beatty wide open, turns it upfield, big gain, and
16 on the
you
play.
Fear the run so much that you fake the run, you do the play action, the bootleg's wide open.
1st and 10, ball at the 41. Pine Richland. There's a give to Jones. Jones gets around left end. 35, puts that head down and bowls over a defender as he gets to the 31-yard line.
And they've been using it most of the second quarter. They come back to it again, unbalanced left. And there's the kick, the tackle pulling out and around, or that's the guard pulling out and around and opening a lot of room. And they're just, I hate to say it, they're just blowing Pine Richland defensively off the ball.
Gain of 10 is good for
the line surge is unbelievable here. This offensive line is as
31.
advertised.
1st and 10, Central Catholic, the Pine Richland 31. There's a give. This is Tillman back in the game. Tillman off the left side, inside the 25, down to the 24-yard line.
He's into the secondary before they're even making contact with him.
Did you know that 300,000 people in southwestern Pennsylvania are food insecure, including nearly 80,000 children? Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank is here to meet this need. Through school breakfast and lunch, backpack, and summer food programs, the food bank's mission is to end hunger in our region. To learn more, get help, or donate, call 412-460-FOOD or visit pittsburghfoodbank.org. The 24-yard line. There's a give to the tailback, Tillman. He gets around left end. He's at the 20. He's at the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. A gain of 10 more for Tillman. I got Tillman 18 carries and 111 yards. We're still in the first half, and there's fireworks going off.
I'm telling you, that unbalanced left, they just blew the play up. They were able to cave it down with the wing and the tight end there. And Tillman had the corner.
Pine Richland's taking like almost a basketball timeout here to stop the momentum.
They do have to, and there you can see it come around the side. They just caved it down.
Minute 34 to play in the first half. 12-0 Central Catholic leading Pine Richland.
And you saw Central Catholic earlier this year, first game of the season. Were they this dominant when you saw them first game?
After the first possession of the game, York William Penn drove down the field 68 yards, and the key to that drive was, I think, a little bit over anticipation for Central Catholic. They jumped offside 3 or 4 times on the possession, but they got a 68-yard touchdown drive, did York William Penn on that possession. Only got 4 yards of offense the rest of the game. So, yes, they were pretty dominant that night, too.
Yeah, because they look like they're in a class of their own right now. They honestly do, the way they've dominated here in the first half. And I'm in shock. You're probably in shock.
Absolutely.
We're not used to seeing Pine Richland get dominated like this.
They've only given up, coming into tonight, the Rams had only given up 30 points all year, had outscored the opposition 211-30. Yes, they've dominated the opposition, but this Central Catholic team has been a machine tonight, and they're doing it very, very simply.
Yeah, power football. They're running a ton of unbalanced. They're blowing people off the ball. They're saying, here we come, stop us if you can.
1st and 10. Central Catholic at the Pine Richland 14, already leading 12-0. Offset eye, tailback to the right. Pito's going to throw, fade pattern to the end zone. Touchdown, Central Catholic. Caught on the far side of the field by number 19 for the Vikings. That's Sherrod Lindsay. It is 18-0. What a perfect pass by Pito.
And again, you got the fake play action, and Lindsay just runs a flag route to the deep corner of the end zone, and Pito puts it in there beautifully.
The Central Catholic touchdown.
It is 18-0 Central Catholic.
And how many yards are we calling?
I believe that was 18 on the touchdown. And it looks like the Vikings are going to go for 2. They've had both extra point attempts blocked to this point. They fear might as well try to run it in the way the offense has been moving. Offset eye, Tillman to the right, fullback to the left. It's given to Tillman. Tillman fights his way into the end zone. 20-0 Central Catholic with 88 seconds left in the first half.
For the 2-point conversion, the score.
They have dominated the Pine Richland Rams. Don't forget, at the half, it's the Trib HSSN halftime show. Don Rebel and the Trib's doctor, Chris Harlan, are going to hand out the grades for the WPIAL midterm report. Lou, we got some grades to hand out tonight, and they're all A's for Central Catholic.
And it starts up front with the offensive and defensive lines of the Central Catholic Vikings. You know, coming in, they talked about, you know, a lot of these guys. You got A.J. Beatty, committed to North Carolina. You've got Elliott Donald has offers from Notre Dame, Ohio State, Penn State, Pitt. Senior center Thomas Hartnett committed to Dartmouth, and Amir and Amar Allen both have Division I offers. And the thing was, could they hold up tonight? And they have just been fantastic for Central Catholic.
Cole Spencer just hasn't looked comfortable at all trying to pass the football.
It's hard being comfortable when you got Elliott Donald, Amir, and Amar Allen, and A.J. Beatty draped on you. And that's the way the first half has gone for Pine Richland. They're going to have to go in and do some serious soul searching and do some significant adjustments at the half to try and come out and turn this game around in the second half.
Still a minute 28 to play in the first half. Pine Richland does have one timeout remaining, so I won't try to say where Opelko's going to kick this one since he made me a liar on the last one. But he does have one of the stronger legs in the WPIAL. And the fact that he can kick and punt, he's going to get some college looks with a leg like that. On the season, he has kicked 4 field goals already.
Opelko to kick for the Vikings.
Meckler, Taylor, the deep return men
deep for the Rams.
For Pine Richland. Opelko over on the far side, handled at the 24-yard line, running over the far sideline, getting out of bounds at about the 32-yard line is number 8. That's Jeremiah Hasley for Pine Richland. So you've got 84 seconds. About 67 yards of field and one timeout to work with. And if Pine Richland can get some points on the board before the end of the first half, get a little something positive, to go into the half with. It's at the 32-yard line, so 68 yards of field. The Central Catholic defensive line and offensive line, they say the game is won in the trenches, and that's what Central Catholic has done thus far. Safety's very deep for Central Catholic. It's a 5-receiver set, empty backfield. Spencer throws for Jokum, who makes the catch, gets to about the 39-yard line for a gain of 7. That's Jokum's 5th catch of the game, but they've only amassed 40 yards. And the clock will continue to run. Down to 1:08 to play in the first half. 2nd and 3. Pistol formation is time for the Rams. Spencer getting some pressure, rolling right, throws, pass complete, and getting out of bounds, and then wrestled down way late, and that's going to bring some flags. Catching the pass there for Pine Richland was Seth Boland. He stepped out of bounds and then was tackled when he was well out of bounds. And that's going to be the first costly mistake for Central Catholic. That's going to tack 15 yards on the play.
Yeah, no need for that. You've got him out of bounds. The play's over. You know, instead 15 more yards get tacked on. As you see Spencer with the throw, and he is well out of bounds.
We have a Pine Richland player down. I believe that's number 56. Miguel Jackson. Looks like a possible cramp for the Pine Richland lineman. 57 seconds to play in the first half. 20-0. Central Catholic leading Pine Richland. Check out the Rebel Yell podcast featuring our own Don Rebel as he talks WPIAL football, with new episodes every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Also follow Don on Twitter at the Don Rebel. And Jackson going off the field under his own power. It's a good sign. He's made a couple of nice plays on defense for Pine Richland tonight. After the penalty, be 1st and 10. Pine Richland at the 41 of Central Catholic. This is Pine Richland's first trip inside Central Catholic territory tonight. And the Rams got to come up with something.
They need to have something. It looked like they jumped on top early with that. Was it 79 or
79?
79-yard touchdown pass, but it got called back on a holding call. And as a result, they still have yet to score.
Spencer in the pistol, 3 receivers left. Boland's wide right. 4 across the defensive front. Spencer getting some pressure. Steps up in the pocket, has some room. He's at the 35. Takes it wide, left side. 30, gets a block downfield. Stumbles at the 25, gets out of bounds at the 20. A 21-yard pickup for Cole Spencer, and he got out of bounds to stop the clock.
And a pancake downfield. First one of the night for the Pine Richland offense. Diego Pittarino gets downfield.
Gain of 21, 1st and 10 for the Rams.
And he lays somebody out here.
Spencer looking to pass, getting some pressure, throws for the end zone. That's too far, incomplete. But Spencer was under heavy pressure as he passed that football.
The end zone, 2nd down and 10 from the Vikings 20.
Did you say there was pressure on Spencer again?
Yeah.
Yep. That's been the storyline tonight. He hasn't had time to throw. Yeah, just the quick 3-step drops when their timing patterns are the best routes they've been able to run.
2nd and 10, Pine Richland at the Central Catholic 20. Spencer complete far side, getting inside the 15 to about the 12. Dave A. Johnson, excuse me. Gain of 7. He did get out of bounds to stop the clock with 36 seconds to play in the first half. It'll be 3rd and 3.
Gain of 7, 3rd down and 3 from the 13.
Spencer gives the ball to Meckler. Sweep left. Meckler inside the 10. Breaking tackles. Fighting to about the 7.
Luke Meckler, the carrier.
That'll be enough for a first down. We'll stop the clock with 28 seconds to play in the first half.
And they're going to try and hurry up and run a play very quickly. You can see the signal from the Pine Richland coaches on the sideline.
Yeah, hurry up offense. 1st and goal. Give the Meckler again, left side. Meckler fighting. He's knocked out of bounds short of the goal line at about the 1 with 17 seconds to play in the first half. Pine Richland still has 1 timeout remaining. They're marking him at the 2.
Yeah, it looks like they set it at the 2.
Forced out by Beatty and Sinceri.
More of a power formation for Pine Richland this time. Snap to Spencer. Spencer's going to run. Spencer's in the end zone. Pine Richland's on the board with a 2-yard run by Cole Spencer.
Keeper takes it for the Pine Richland touchdown.
And that's a key score for the Rams as they get something positive to come up right before the half. And good blocking. They just opened a nice hole, and Spencer able to dive in for the touchdown.
Zach Waryanka on to kick the extra point. Cole Spencer to hold. Sign of life for Pine Richland. Waryanka's extra point is good. So with 14 seconds to play in the first half, it'll be 20-7 Central Catholic.
The score,
Central Catholic will try to do anything after the kickoff. Terry Totten has none of his timeouts remaining here in the first half. Central Catholic fans in front of us are telling their players to watch for the onside kick. I don't know if Eric Kasparovich will do that now. Eric Kasparovich, of course, has been a WPIAL name for a while. He's done a great job coaching the Pine Richland program. This is his 7th year as coach, but he led North Hills to a state championship as a quarterback defensive back in 1993. And the thing I remember about him that always stood out to me is he wore number 33 as a quarterback. Later went on to play at the University of Pittsburgh. And one of his roommates at the University of Pittsburgh was one of our former network friends, Chris Schneider. So still 14 seconds left in the half. Going deep is Brandon Jackson and J.D. Younger for Central Catholic. Waryanka putting it on the tee. Pine Richland does get the ball to start the second half. This is, by the way, kicking off. It's Aiden Dressmich.
And that was a huge boost for the Pine Richland Rams to get it back to a 2-score deficit going into halftime, knowing they're going to get the ball.
Dressmich boots it deep over on the far side. Younger at the 15, 20, 25, 30. Younger with some room. 35, cutback move. He's at the 40, the 45, inside Pine Richland territory to the 47-yard line. There are 5 seconds left. Hey, maybe they'll take a shot at a Hail Mary or something.
Hey, they can air it out. It's not going to hurt anything at this point.
Great return by J.D. Younger. Time for one play. Younger on the return, getting some blocks, and he was nifty in the open field there. And the cutback against the grain instead of going out of bounds, I think, was key to get the extra yardage there. And you can set Dom Pito up for a Hail Mary pass. Tillman is in the backfield with them. At least he will be once they set up. Receiver to the near side. That's Lindsay. He's already got a touchdown catch. Pito's going to line up in the shotgun with Tillman to his left. Another back, excuse me, Tillman to his right. Another back, Sanseri to his left. Pito airing it out, throwing deep for Lindsay. Lindsay dropped the ball. That would have been a touchdown. He got inside the defender. It was put right in his hands, and he couldn't pull it in.
And you know he knows it.
Oh, my.
He's feeling it there.
The first half of play, the score, Central Catholic
that would have been
20,
6 points. At the end of the first half, Central Catholic 20, Pine Richland 7. You're watching WPIAL Football 2019 on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and PCN TV.
Excella Health wants to know, how can we help you today? Can we help you find a doctor? Schedule a same-day appointment. Choose just the right service for your health concern? As your healthcare partner, Excella offers hundreds of primary care and specialty doctors, along with outpatient testing, rehab, and nationally recognized heart care, surgery, and orthopedics. To learn more, visit excellahealth.org or call 1-877-771-1234.
We all have different stories. We may think we don't have time to pursue a higher education because of how busy we are. But with Seton Hill University, my story matters. No matter how busy I am, I can still follow my dream of having a college degree with Seton Hill University's adult degree program.
Have a good day.
I want to be more. I want to do this for me my family, my household. And even though I might not be on campus, I still have all the same resources available, and even career resources for life. When I move forward, we all move forward.
Paul Patera, Lou Rude, and this is Sherrod Lindsey after he dropped what would have been a sure touchdown on the last play of the first half. He did some push-ups. Now he's getting some words of encouragement from Dom Pito. Hey, sometimes you drop the ball, but what a perfect pass by Pito, and that would have put 6 points on the board on the last play of the first half. It was still a good first half for Central Catholic. The Vikings lead Pine Richland 22-7 at the half. Scoring started on a 12-yard touchdown run by Eddie Tillman. The extra point was blocked, and that made it 6-0. Tillman at the 3:07 mark of the second quarter added a 5-yard run, make it 12-0 as the extra point was blocked. Then it was an 18-yard touchdown pass from Dom Pito to Sherrod Lindsey. 2-point conversion on the run by Tillman made it 20-0. And then with 14 seconds to play in the first half, Pine Richland getting on the board, a 2-yard run by Cole Spencer, which was huge. But the first half, at least the story of the first half, was the line play of Central Catholic, both lines.
Both lines, offensive and defensive lines of Central Catholic, dominated in the first half. And for Pine Richland, they got a little bit of life there with the score late, but then they almost gave it right back again. Now, what they got to do is they got to get in at halftime, make the adjustments they need, do some soul searching, figure out how they're going to handle these offensive and defensive fronts of the Central Catholic Vikings.
Taking out of the Trib HSSN halftime show with Dawn Rebel and the Trib's Dr. Chris Harlan handing out the grades for the WPIAL midterm report. It's Central Catholic 20, Pine Richland 7 here at the half. You're watching WPIAL Football 2019 on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and PCN TV.
It's the halftime show on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. I'm Don Rebel. We are at the midway point of the WPIAL football season, so that means it's time to hand out our midterm reports, our grades for what we've seen thus far. Thus, we've called on Dr. Chris Harlan. You are well respected within the scholastic community. I'm not sure you should probably have like one of those big hats, you know.
I know that at a dress party.
Yeah, gown, cap and gown. But you're going to be handing out the grade. You're not wearing a stethoscope, but that's okay. Right. Okay, for right now, he's a doctor. So you have the midterm report, the grades that you're going to hand out to various WPL teams.
Yes. First on the list, biology. Gets an A. Because there's a lot of teams out there, a lot of coaching staff, including evolving. You know, they take what they have and they change their offense. They change their theory, what they do. Pine Richland might be about the best that we have around here at that. I mean, team last year had a big offensive line. They ran the ball a lot. This year they bring back a lot of skill and wide receivers and a quarterback that has a little bit more experience. They open it back up and you see more of a passing game. So they definitely deserve an A in biology.
The great visuals here are outstanding.
You like that?
Yes.
Central Catholic, the other team playing tonight. You might see home ec and a B, and you wonder, why home ec?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
This is a team that doesn't have a home stadium, but they seem to find a way to make themselves at home wherever they go. They're going to play at 3 different home fields this year, including tonight here at Carnegie Mellon. But they've played all over the place. They played the Wolverina, the Woodland Hills. They played at Highmark Stadium, a soccer stadium. They only get a B, though, because they did lose a game at home, technically. It was a home game at Shaler.
Even though it was closer to North Allegheny than Central Catholic.
But they get a B.
Okay.
Upper St. Clair. B+ in chemistry. This is a team that lost Coach Jim Render. He retired after last season. B+. B+,
yes.
He retired after last season. And I think a lot of people thought this was a team that, you know, they weren't sure how they were going to do this year. They only had a couple starters back. Mike Junko comes in as new head coach. And here they are, 4-1, only one loss, close loss to Peters Township. So that's why they get the B+. If it hadn't been for the loss, you get an A. You lose a game, you get a B+. But what a job he's done already.
A lot of close wins.
Yes. What a job he's done, putting together a whole bunch of new first-year starters, new coach. And they're a pretty good team.
They have mastered the Bunsen burner. Okay. That's all I know about chemistry. Go ahead.
Wes Green, calculus. To me, it's numbers that people just don't understand. Ben Jackson, the running back at West Green, already over 1,300 yards rushing. A team that's averaging, I think, 56 points a game.
Yeah.
He's already got 25 touchdowns. Incredible numbers. You look at him every week, and they're crazy numbers, but you just kind of accept them after a while because he's been that good this year.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas Jefferson, driver's ed. If there's a team in the WPL who's going places, I think it's Thomas Jefferson. They're at the top of the list. If I had to pick a team to say, hey, who might be in Hershey this year, I think it would be them. I mean, they're good. They got all the talent
Very
back,
good.
and they should be right in that running again.
I could see Chirp teaching driver's ed, right? Couldn't
I think
you?
so. I think it'd be a fun experience.
It's a cushy job,
It
right?
would be.
Uh-oh.
We got incomplete here in health. For the second week in a row, we had a team that did not play. They had to forfeit due to not having enough healthy players. Last week it was Bishop Canevin. This week Shadyside Academy. You hate to see that for a small school like that. Started the year, Shadyside started with around 23 kids, down to 14 this week that were healthy. They just say, hey, that's just not enough. We're not going to be able to play.
Shouldn't that be an F for...
I don't want to punish them because...
F for forfeit, if
it was out of
nothing
their
else.
control. It was out of their control.
All right.
North Allegheny gets an A in art. This is an easy one because their coach is named Art. Art Walker. When your coach is named Art, you get an A in art. But also, this year, they're off to an undefeated start, and he got his 200th win this year, which I think is a remarkable milestone because his dad, also named Art, also had 200 wins.
And also got an A, probably. Yeah.
They were the first ones in the WPL, first father-son coaching duo, both over 200 yards. That's pretty impressive, and the team off to a great start.
Boy, you're giving out a lot of A's, Doctor.
We're giving A's here. We're giving A's. Aliquippa. When it comes to physics, they talk about constants. And if there's a constant in the WPIL, it's Aliquippa. I mean, they've been there to the WPL Championship 11 years in a row, trying to make it 12 this year. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't. They've been that good. So Aliquippa gets an A in physics.
Are you soft here, giving out all these A's?
We're showing the good students here.
Okay.
We're showing the good students.
All right.
We don't want to run all the B's and C's and D's out here. We're trying to build this up.
Be positive. The doctor is positive.
Lastly, this isn't a good grade. Southmoreland gets an F in history.
I can relate to that.
And the reason they get an F, I don't know if I've seen any other team in the WPL this year who cares less about history than Southmoreland. This is a team that hasn't made the playoffs in 40 years. Last time they were in was 1979, but here they are, undefeated, under Coach Dave Kiefer, and he's just said, hey, we're not going to shy away from it. We're going to deal with it. And here they are. They're undefeated and look like they're going to get a playoff spot this year. I mean, I think it would be crazy at this point the way the standings are if they don't.
No, it's almost impossible for them not to make the playoffs. It's amazing, and like you said, Coach Kiefer, the fact that he told us when he came in, he didn't run away from that long playoff drought. He threw it up there and made his players know, and I think that's what has made this run. And plus, they're very good.
Yeah. That makes it even better.
Yeah.
I think they'll be okay with that F under the circumstances.
Yes, indeed. Well, I tell you what, you've done a great job.
Thank you.
You now can take a few weeks off until you have to give out the final grades later this year.
And I get the whole summer off now, too.
No,
right?
no. That's not how it works. Got to come back and give final grades.
Okay.
These were just midterm reports.
Okay.
So keep that in mind.
There's still time to get the grades up.
Or down. That's right. So a lot can change in the next 4 or 5 weeks. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you.
Dr. Chris Harlan. I'm Don Rebel. Enjoy the second half of Central Catholic Pine Richland here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Excella Health wants to know, how can we help you today? Can we help you find a doctor? Schedule a same-day appointment. Choose just the right service for your health concern? As your healthcare partner, Excella offers hundreds of primary care and specialty doctors, along with outpatient testing, rehab, and nationally recognized heart care, surgery, and orthopedics. To learn more, visit excellahealth.org or call 1-877-771-1234.
We all have different stories. We may think we don't have time to pursue a higher education because of how busy we are. But with Seton Hill University, my story matters. No matter how busy I am, I can still follow my dream of having a college degree with Seton Hill University's adult degree program.
Have a good day.
I want to be more. I want to do this for me, my family, my household. And even though I might not be on campus, I still have all the same resources available, and even career resources for life. When I move forward, we all move forward.
Tired of a dirty car? Mr. Magic Car Wash will have your vehicle looking new again in just minutes, even those tough to clean wheels. Try us out at any one of our 5 convenient South Hills locations for a car wash you won't soon forget.
Mr. Magic Car Wash, clean, shiny, and dry every time.
Back at Gessling Stadium, Carnegie Mellon University, Paul Patera, Lou Root. It's halftime here. Class 6A, Quad County Conference. Central Catholic leading Pine Richland 20-7, being entertained by 2 tremendous bands. Playing the music of Queen, the band of Central Catholic, and Pine Richland put on a fantastic show, doing some excellent dancing. Lou Root is feverishly working to get some scores, but we're going to take a look at the scoring recap again from the first half. Central Catholic got on the board first. It was a 12-yard touchdown run by tailback Eddie Tillman, sprinting to the end zone, but got up 6-0 after a blocked extra point. Tillman again from 5 yards out, untouched into the end zone. All of a sudden, Central Catholic had a 12-0 lead, another blocked extra point. Then it was the passing game of Central Catholic. Dom Pito to Sherrod Lindsay in the far corner, hitting with a fade pattern. A 2-point conversion by Tillman made it 20-0. Pine Richland did get on the board. A 2-yard run by Cole Spencer with 14 seconds left in the half. 20-7 is where we sit right now. Central Catholic leading Pine Richland, really dominating the game in the trenches. And as soon as Mr. Root here is ready to give you some scores, how we doing here, Lou?
I am just about ready to go. I'm efforting a couple last-minute scores here.
You can hear the Central Catholic band doing the Queen David Bowie song Under Pressure in the background. But Pine Richland did a dance routine to Creedence Clearwater Revival's Proud Mary that was really tremendous. And it's, you know, these high school bands, they do a great job with these shows and their halftime performances throughout the fall season. And it's always great to get a chance to give them a little bit of publicity as well. You are ready, sir?
Yes, I am.
There's Lou Root with some WPIAL football scores.
Obviously, our score here is Central Catholic 20, Pine Richland 7 in 6A. Also in 6A, North Allegheny leading Seneca Valley 31-0. Mount Lebanon over Hempfield 10-3. Norwin leading Butler 35-7. In 6A versus 5A non-conference, it's Peters Township leading Cannon McMillan 21-0. Class 5A Allegheny 8, it's Moon over Bethel Park 9-7. Woodland Hills over West Allegheny 14-7. Class 5A Big East, Penn Trafford leading Plum 7-3. Class 5A Big East as well, McKeesport 21, Latrobe 6. Penn Hills over Armstrong 17-7 in 5A Northern. It's Mars over Shaler 27-12 in 5A Northern. And Kiski area leading Hampton in the 5A Northern Conference. Non-conference 5A, Gateway over top of North Hills 26-0. Also non-conference 5A versus 4A, Thomas Jefferson, the top-ranked team in 4A over Connellsville 48-0. Class 4A Northwest 8, Montour and Knock tied at 7. South Fayette leading Blackhawk 27-7. Class 4A Big 8, it's Bell Vernon 36, Greensburg Salem 3. Trinity over Indiana 22-15. And non-conference 4A Ringgold leading Beaver 7-0. And 4A versus 3A non-conference South Park leading Newcastle 7-0. 3A Tri-County West, it's Central Valley 42, Waynesburg Central 6. Also Keystone Oaks over Quaker Valley 28-0. Class 3A Big East, EF and Derry no score. Also Class 3A Big East, it's North Catholic 20, Mount Pleasant 7, Freeport 35, Yawk 6. Class 3A Big East, it's Burrell 16, Deer Lakes 14. Class 3A non-conference, Beaver Falls over Uniontown 42-7. Class 2A Three Rivers Conference, Seton LaSalle 14, Fort Cherry 0. 2A Midwestern Athletic, New Brighton 14, Neshannock 6. Shenango leading Mohawk 7-3. Class 2A Century in a big game between undefeateds. It's McGuffey on top of Southmoreland 35-28 with about 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter in that one. Class 2A Century as well. Wash High leading Fraser 14-0. Class 2A Allegheny, it is Avonworth over Summit Academy 45-14. Apollo Ridge defeated Shadyside Academy by a score of 2-0. That is a forfeit. They didn't have enough players to field a team, did Shadyside Academy. Class 2A non-conference, East Allegheny 33, Carmichael's 8. And also Class 2A non-conference, Jeanette 27, Brownsville nothing. Class A Big 7 is Our Lady of the Sacred Heart 28, Laurel 19. Class A Big 7, Cornell 14, Rochester nothing. Tri-County South Class A, California 7, Jefferson Morgan nothing. Char Houston 42, Mapletown 8. Monessen over Bentworth 46-0. Class A Eastern, Clairton over Leechburg 28-14. And our final score, Greensburg Central Catholic 14, Springdale nothing.
And of course the score in this one, Central Catholic 20, Pine Richland 7. Next week, Pine Richland will be hosting Cannon McMillan. Central Catholic will be on the road to take on the Norwin Knights. Let's take a little break here at Carnegie Mellon University. We just gave you the score, 20-7. Central Catholic leading Pine Richland at the half. You're watching WPIAL Football 2019 on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and PCN TV.
People ask what drives me. It's the respect I have for my opponents, the trust I have in my teammates, a coach who treats me with dignity, and a university that has faith in me on and off the court. That's what keeps me focused, why I practice harder, play my heart out. I play to win. I play for Carlo.
Excella Health wants to know, how can we help you today? Can we help you find a doctor? Schedule a same-day appointment. Choose just the right service for your health concern? As your healthcare partner, Excella offers hundreds of primary care and specialty doctors, along with outpatient testing, rehab, and nationally recognized heart care, surgery, and orthopedics. To learn more, visit excellahealth.org or call 1-877-771-1234.
We all have different stories. We may think we don't have time to pursue a higher education because of how busy we are. But with Seton Hill University, my story matters. No matter how busy I am, I can still follow my dream of having a college degree with Seton Hill University's adult degree program.
Have a good day.
I want to be more. I want to do this for me, my family, my household. And even though I might not be on campus, I still have all the same resources available, and even career resources for life. When I move forward, we all move forward.
Mr. Magic is Pittsburgh's premier car wash. We combine the latest technology, equipment, and detergents to give your car that showroom shine. Stop by any one of our 5 locations or visit us online at MrMagicCarWash.com.
People ask what drives me. It's the respect I have for my opponents, the trust I have in my teammates, a coach who treats me with dignity, and a university that has faith in me, on and off the field. That's what keeps me focused, why I practice harder, why I play my heart out. I play to win. I play for Carlo.
Lou Root is here. I'm Paul Patera. We are at Carnegie Mellon University tonight. Class 6A, Quad County Conference. Central Catholic leads Pine Richland 20-7. And if you're wondering, why is this high school football game being played at a college stadium? Well, Central Catholic does not have its own home field, and over the years has used many fields, Mount Lebanon, West Mifflin, Woodland Hills, using Shaler this year. They've used Duquesne University in the past. Hasn't hurt their program at all, has it?
No, it has not. They even played at Highmark Stadium.
Yeah, that's right.
A little bit down there. They consider themselves road warriors because every game's on the road. This is probably the closest thing to a home game because Pittsburgh Central Catholic's just down the road here from Carnegie Mellon University, the actual high school itself. So this is probably the shortest trip that they have to make out of all the different places that they call home. And I believe they're playing at Shaler this year as well.
Yes, they do have home games at Shaler. It's official. Your one true source for all high school sports is the Trib Live High School Sports Network. And next Friday and Saturday, conference play continues as Trib HSSN has more than 30 WPIAL football games. You can hear and watch all the big games from Week 6 here at Trib HSSN.triblive.com. Already Week 5 of the season, and the calendar may say it's just about October. We're still getting August weather here in western Pennsylvania.
I know. I mean,
I'm not complaining, of course.
It's comfortable tonight.
Very beautiful
of all
evening.
things. It was downright chilly this morning, but I'm not complaining at all. And this is only my second trip here to
mine as well.
Carnegie Mellon. My first time when I was an assistant coach, and we were playing Pittsburgh Central Catholic. Was not an enjoyable evening as they had a powerhouse team back then, and we didn't. But it was interesting and beautiful venue here. Really, just a great place to watch a football game. And of course, Carnegie Mellon, a Division III school, and you look at the venues that a lot of these D3 schools have. This is a very nice setup for the Tartans of Carnegie Mellon.
Both teams back on the field. Pine Richland, the white jerseys, white shorts, lime green numerals, white helmet with a lime green trim. That's also on the shoulder pads. For Central Catholic, the navy blue jerseys and pants, white numerals, navy blue helmet. There's a gold trim. Officials crew for tonight: Joe Kulik is the referee, Ron Gregory the umpire, head linesman Jim Davis, line judge Derek Sullivan, the back judge Scott Eckel, the side judge Matt Jorgalis. Now, Pine Richland will get the ball to start the second half here, Lou, and if the Rams can make something happen, it's a whole new ball game.
They can cut it to a one-score differential if they can take this opening kickoff of the second half and go down and score some points. That's going to be the key, and that's going to set the stage for this second half. If Pine Richland wants to climb back into this game, they're pretty much going to have to do it right from the get-go. And, of course, if you're Pittsburgh Central Catholic, you want to turn that defense loose again and see if you just can't continue to dominate. Other than the last drive at the end of the half, and that was aided by a penalty. Anyway, a key penalty. Central Catholic dominated the first half.
Central Catholic with 156 total yards in the first half, 130 on the ground, 26 through the air. Pine Richland, 105 total yards, 14 on the ground, 74 through the air. That was Cole Spencer, the quarterback, 9 for 14 for 74 yards.
And really, Pine Richland can consider itself kind of lucky that the score is not worse than what it is at this point, for as much as Central Catholic had the ball in the first half and their location on the field where they had it, which pretty much was in the Pine Richland end of the field for the entire first half.
And I aired there was 31 yards rushing for Pine Richland. So Pine Richland will get the ball to start the second half. Paul Patera, Lou Rude on another beautiful evening in western Pennsylvania. And we have been blessed with them a lot lately. Did have a little bit of a rainstorm a couple of days ago when it was pouring. Pine Richland will go from right to left to start the second half. Meckler and Taylor will go deep to await the kickoff of Jonathan Opalco. He's had a couple of extra points blocked in this one.
We have the winning 50-50 number on the yellow ticket.
Taylor will come to the near side, Meckler far side. Cole Spencer hasn't really been able to, on the Pine Richland offense, get Luke Meckler as running back involved in the game too much tonight.
No, they haven't been able to run the ball well, and a lot of it has to do with that pressure that's being put on by the defensive line of Pittsburgh Central Catholic.
So Opalco walks it off, puts the ball on the tee at the 40-yard line as we get ready for the second half. 20-7, Central Catholic leading Pine Richland. Opalco approaching the football and boots it deep this time. Taylor on the back pedal, takes it over the shoulder at the 2, puts it under the right arm, coming right, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He's got a hole, gets a block. He's at the 30, the 35, wrestled down at the 40. I believe that was Opelka making the tackle on the far side of the field, but excellent field position for Pine Richland to start the second half.
He attempted to make the tackle. He got trucked here. But he did get his body in the way. He got in the way. Here it comes. Oh, my.
He got him down.
He got him down, but he paid the price for it.
1st and 10, Pine Richland.
Got to love it when the kickers try to make the tackle.
At its 40. Ball on the far hash mark. Rams will run a wide-open offense, and they start off with 5 receivers, 3 left, 2 right. Spencer has an empty backfield in the shotgun. Central Catholic 4 across the defensive front. Only rushing 3. Spencer is going to run off to the right side. Throws at the last minute, incomplete. Be 2nd and 10.
Spencer's pass incomplete out of
and
bounds.
Again,
2nd down and 10.
No time whatsoever for Spencer, as he had heavy pressure put on him by looked like Max Saganik that got it.
He had a sack in the first half.
Yeah.
Shotgun formation for Spencer. Meckler to his left, 2 receivers each way. Give to Meckler this time. Meckler starts right. He's going to be dropped for a loss back to the 35-yard line by, I think we know who, Elliot Donald.
Yeah, Elliot Donald just reaches a big old paw out here and says, I don't think so. And then he gets some help from one of the Allen twins. I believe that was
loss of 5, 3rd down and 15
Amar.
For the Rams from their own 35.
3rd and 15, Pine Richland at its 35. 3 receivers near side. Spencer takes the shotgun, throws a deep pass, incomplete, intended downfield for Seth Boland, but the coverage was excellent by Central Catholic, and that's what the Central Catholic defense wanted, not what the Pine Richland offense wanted. It's going to be a 3 and out.
And Coach Eric Kasparovich not happy with the officiating there, expressing his displeasure. But honestly, I didn't really see what he might be upset with. It looked like good coverage, and the pass went into double coverage, actually.
Romano to punt. Brandon Jackson is the deep man off to the far side, near side.
Looked like good coverage to me.
Number 35, Gannon Carruthers. And the kick partially blocked. Ball is loose, and it's going to be covered at the 40-yard line of Central Catholic. So the Vikings getting excellent field position. Somebody got in and got a hand on that for the Vikings.
Yeah, I didn't see exactly who. We'll see what the replay shows us.
I don't know. Did number 21 get a hand on it?
I don't know if anybody got a hand on it or he just mishit it.
Yeah.
Well, it looked like it went off the end of his foot awkwardly.
Okay. So it'll be 1st and 10, Central Catholic at the 40 of Pine Richland. Eddie Tillman just having an excellent first half for Central Catholic. 117 yards on 19 carries, 2 touchdowns. And I think he's going to get the ball a few more times here in the second half. Pito under center. Vikings going from left to right. And they give the ball in the jet sweep from left to right to Brandon Jackson, but that play is snuffed out by Pine Richland. A loss of 4. And when Pine Richland's had a big play on defense, it's usually been Miguel Jackson.
And he was right there, read it beautifully. And he maintained the edge here, and that's his job, to make sure nobody gets outside of him, maintain the edge, force the runner back in, and makes the big play.
Loss of 3. 2nd and 13, Central Catholic at the Pine Richland 43-yard line.
From the Rams 43.
Hartnett over the football for the Vikings. Receiver off to the left side. Now he's coming in motion from left to right. That's Lindsey. Offset eye, tailback to the left. Pito gives the ball to Tillman. Tillman with a hole off the right side. Tillman is the 35, the 30, the 25. He's sprinting. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Central Catholic.
Eddie Tillman takes the handoff for the Central Catholic touchdown.
And that time, Paul, they'd been running unbalanced left. They brought the receiver over unbalanced right and just opened a hole. Tillman saw it, exploded through, kicked in the jets, and he was gone.
43-yard touchdown run for Eddie Tillman. Gives him 160 yards on the game. His 3rd touchdown of the evening, his 9th of the season. And it looks like the Vikings are going to go for 2 again. The 2 extra points they've tried to kick have each been blocked. No, he is going to kick it. Okay, I saw Pito on the field. Looked like he was getting under center. Opelka is going to try to kick. Pito to hold. Pito puts it down. Opelka's kick. This one splits. No, it's no good. Wide right. So it's 26-7 Central Catholic over Pine Richland with 10:05 to play here in the first half.
He just hooked it.
Yeah, so not having a good night. The one person for Central Catholic who's struggling is their place kicker, Jonathan Opelka. PCN is your home for PIAA championship coverage, golf, soccer, field hockey, girls volleyball, cross country, and football. Fill the airwaves this fall. You can watch all of these PIAA championships on PCN. Visit PCNTV.com for the complete schedule.
Scoring drive, spanned 43
Paul
yards
Patera,
on 3
Lou
plays.
Rude at Carnegie Mellon's University's Gessling Stadium, where we are kind of shocked because Central Catholic is dominating Pine Richland. And Pine Richland only gave up 30 points all season coming into this game. We are not even 2 minutes into the third quarter. Central Catholic's already got 26 points tonight.
And they're doing it with a strong running game. They are just dominating up front. And that time I said they've gone unbalanced to the left almost the entire first half. Second half they come out unbalanced right and get a little seam for Tillman there, and he just puts the Jets on, and he is gone.
Broadcast on KDKA Radio 1020 AM and Trib Live High School Sports Network. You can listen to the game anytime
26-7 Central Catholic over Pine Richland.
Trib. HSSN.
And yes, Eddie Tillman, 3 touchdown runs. And Pine Richland, as I told you, was ranked number 2 in the state of Pennsylvania in Class 6A, behind only St. Joseph Prep.
High School Sports Network.
But Central Catholic's having something to say about that. And North Allegheny's in the mix in this Class 6A as well.
They're definitely in the mix because they're the team that beat Central Catholic.
Tillman, 20 carries, 160 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Not too shabby.
In fantasy football, that's a good night.
Any kind of football, that's a good night. Fantasy, real, in your dreams, whatever. It's a great night.
And already 20 carries. I mean, he's on pace for like 30, 35 carries tonight, depending on what Coach Terry Totten wants to do. And I see no need for Central Catholic to get away from the running game. It burns time, and it's been effective all night.
I think until they stop them, they're going to keep that up.
Meckler and Taylor
are
deep for Pine Richland. Opelka with the ball on the tee. He kicked it deep the last time, and Pine Richland got a great return. So it's a shorter kick this time, handled at the 20 of Pine Richland and getting to the 25, and that is it. Jeremiah Hazley. Excellent coverage by the Central Catholic special teams.
Brought down by number 47, Malachi Missouri, and number 42,
Malachi Missouri leading the way, a sophomore for Central Catholic. So 1st and 10, Pine Richland at its 26. Rams now going from right to left. Spencer in the shotgun. Meckler to his left. Trips to the right. Same formation on defense for Central Catholic. Just 2 down linemen, 4 across the front. This time Spencer steps up in the pocket and throws incomplete. And he got knocked down on his tuchus as he threw the football.
And he just has no time whatsoever.
Pressured by number
as you
55,
see,
Amar Allen.
Sakagnik comes in, Beatty's there, Donald. I mean, they're just having a meeting at the quarterback.
26.
Amar Allen limped off the field after the play. 2nd and 10. Pine Richland at its 26. Spencer fakes, does give the ball to Meckler off the left side. Meckler's got some room up the near sideline. 40, 45, hurdles a tackler. 45, 30, 35 with a cutback move. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 46-yard line of Central Catholic. Luke Meckler with his best Edwin Moses imitation, hurdling the tackler, and it looked like he was gone, but they're going to say he stepped out of bounds.
And I want to see this if we can get a good angle. It's kind of hard from where we're looking here. There's his first move right there. Now he goes up in the air. And again, can't see.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if he stepped out of bounds, but that is the ruling.
Now, they got a flag down on the play.
Penalty is against
and it's a
Rams.
penalty against Pine Richland. Another big play nullified for Pine Richland.
And so I didn't see what the call was on the flag.
And we've got a Central Catholic player on the field injured. So let's sort out this whole thing here.
And
so
Coach
first and 10,
Eric
Pine Richland
is not happy. He wants an explanation from the officials.
It's first and 10, Pine Richland at its 39.
He wants the referee over. He's calling for the referee. They sent another official over. He's not going to talk to him. He wants to talk to the referee.
He wants Joe Kulik.
Oh, yeah.
He wants the man in the white hat.
And if I'm Joe Kulik, I don't know if I want to go over there right now.
Yeah, Eric Kasparovich is not a pleased human being.
While at Central Catholic, then you should be
the
a
injured
member
player
of the
for Central
Club.
Catholic is number 35, Gannon Carruthers. He's brought over to the sidelines. First and 10, it'll be for Pine Richland at its 39, 9:43 to play in quarter number 3. It's 26-7. Central Catholic. But what a great athletic move.
Yeah, watch this again. Here comes
Facebook or through Central's Alumni Connect
the runner, and
he never stepped out of bounds, so they must have called it back because of the penalty.
They called it back because of the hurdle, is what the only impression I can get. They called it because of the hurdle, but the man dove underneath him. He wasn't on the ground. He ducked underneath him, and
well, it's first and 10, Pine Richland at its 39. Meckler to the left of Spencer. The ball was loose, and Spencer's going to be able to pounce on it. Tried to hand it to Meckler. It hit the turf. Spencer recovers it, but it's a 4-yard loss for Pine Richland.
A little discombobulation there in the backfield. Probably feeling the effects of the last big play getting called back, and it's been a rough night for Pine Richland here.
No huddle offense. Second and 14, Pine Richland at its 35. Shotgun snap to Spencer. Here comes the pressure. They got him back at about the 28-yard line. That's sack number 2 for Max Saganik. You hear about the Allens, you hear about Beatty, you hear about Donald. Max Saganik's played a nice ball game tonight.
He has, and the thing is, it's pick your poison. You watch the blocking here. Saganik just bull rushes right by, but I tell you what, Allen is the one that caused it, because Allen came in and forced Spencer to duck ahead right into where Saganik was.
So we've got 3rd and 21, Pine Richland at its 28. Spencer, deep drop, throws near side, incomplete, overshoots the intended receiver, Dave Johnson, and it's going to be 4th down and another Pine Richland punt.
Incomplete, out of bounds.
That time Spencer actually had a little bit of time to throw, but must have caught him by surprise, because he ended up sailing the pass over the receiver. You know, they kept him pretty clean in the pocket, and he just let the ball, it sailed on him when he let loose of it.
And as they say, is he like maybe seeing ghosts, as they say, feeling pressure when it's not there?
Yeah.
2 return men deep for Central Catholic, Antonio Pitts, and we've got a whistle and a timeout taken by Central Catholic with 8:31 to play in the 3rd quarter. It's 26-7, Central Catholic leading Pine Richland. This game and all of the games broadcasted on Trib Live High School Sports Network are archived and available to watch for free forever. But if you do want a hard copy of this game broadcast for yourself, you can click the buy button on the bottom of this page you're on right now. So, you know, you want to remember this one and have it as a memento. The opportunity to do that exists. Paul Patera, Lou Rude. We are at Carnegie Mellon University's Gessling Stadium. Central Catholic just really dominating this game. Next week, Central Catholic travels to Norwin to take on the Norwin Knights and will go up against one of the top quarterbacks in the WPIAL, Central Michigan recruit Jack Salapak. Pine Richland will be home to take on Cannon McMillan.
They build better
and scrambling against it with this defensive line.
I tell you what, every quarterback that would look at game film from this game is going to start going, uh-oh. Uh-oh, maybe we should run the ball tonight.
All right. First time out of the second half for Central Catholic. Romano back on to punt. And Brandon Jackson is able to come back on the field to return the punt. He is deep, along with J.D. Younger. And Central Catholic definitely setting up the return. Only 4 men rushing. And another short kick. And is going to be downed by Pine Richland at the 48-yard line of Pine Richland. Max Heckert downing the punt. Another short kick for the Pine Richland Rams. And as we've been saying pretty much all night, excellent field position for Central Catholic.
Yeah, they've got the ball again on the Pine Richland side of the 50-yard line. And it's starting to make Pine Richland pay a little bit. Starting to wear down the defense of the Rams. And, you know, I look for Tillman to carry the ball some more, and here they come out.
And
unbalanced to the right. No, not unbalanced, just with a pro formation, double tight.
On offset I in the backfield.
No, they are unbalanced, Paul.
Give to Tillman. Tillman, he's got another hole. Tillman gets to the 41 for a pickup of 7 more, 2nd and 3.
Had to take another look at it, but yeah, they did have the extra lineman over. So they had 4 linemen on the right side plus a wide receiver, unbalanced, and a nice hole for Tillman. And they have been using the unbalanced formations to their advantage tonight.
2nd and 3. Central Catholic at the 41 of Pine Richland. Pine Richland's got 9 defenders. Now a 10th one creeps up into the box. Selling out for the run. Tillman's got it again. Tillman lunges close to the sticks. They're at the 38, and by the spot, he's got the first down.
Yep. And again, they're having fun with their unbalanced formations because they came out with it one more time. And, you know, Coach Terry Totten and his offense, if it isn't broken, you don't need to fix it. Let's just keep doing what we've been doing.
3 is good for a Vikings
and
first
drives
down.
like that, it takes time off the clock. You can burn the clock.
And it takes your opponent's heart as well. It saps their soul out of them.
1st and 10, Central Catholic at the Pine Richland 38. Receiver to the near side. That's Sinkar. Wing back off to the right side. Tillman's got the ball again. This time not much for Tillman. Might got 4 for about a half a yard, and that's it.
And what Pine Richland's doing now is they're bringing everybody up within about 8 yards of the football. So they're setting themselves up. Don't be surprised to see Central Catholic come back with a little play action and try and catch one of the D-backs peeking into the backfield.
Put it back at the line of scrimmage, so it's 2nd and 10. Central Catholic at the Pine Richland 38. Don Pito says something to Eddie Tillman. That strong side, right formation again. And there's the play action fake. Pito steps up, throwing deep for Sinkar in the end zone. Incomplete, flag down. And it looks like we're going to get a pass interference call against Pine Richland.
Yeah, and that was an easy call for the official as he got
incomplete, flagged on the
pretty
play.
much mauled in the end zone. As you see the pass by Pito, and there you can see he's got his hands in his face. He never turns around, makes an attempt at the ball, and
penalty is against
that would be a textbook pass interference call. So 15 marked off against Pine Richland.
Yeah, of course, in high school football, that's a 15-yard mark off, and it'll put it 1st and 10 for Central Catholic at the Pine Richland 23-yard line.
And Coach Eric Kasparovich wants to talk to the official again. He is not a happy camper right now.
After the penalty,
yeah, he's just whipped the headsets off.
The Rams, 23.
Trying to get somebody's attention. Strong side to the left this time for Central Catholic. Now Sinceri shifts to the right, as do a couple of tight ends. So the strong side's to the right of the formation. And that's the way Tillman's going to run. Tillman's going to be stopped for... No, he breaks a tackle and gets forward for a couple of yards to the 21-yard line. He looked like he was dead to rights in the backfield. He got a couple of yards on the play.
Yep, they did the shift over to give the unbalance to the right side, pulled the guard and tackle around, and really a nice job by Pine Richland's number 20 there. Chance Boyd, but he couldn't hold on to Tillman, and Tillman was able to break it away from his tackle and pick up a couple extra yards.
2nd and 8. Central Catholic at the Pine Richland 21. I backfield this time with tight end off to the left, tight end and wing back off to the right. Tillman again, left side. Tillman inside the 15, just dragging tacklers. Still moving the pile inside the 10 to about the 8, maybe the 7. 1st and goal, Central Catholic. Man, is this kid tough.
And I tell you what, you're going to see the guard. Well, we got to the replay a little bit late there, but beautiful trap by the guard.
By number 22.
Right guard pulled and just made a nice kick out and gave a huge hole for Tillman. And right now, this is a gut check time for this Pine Richland defense.
Dontre Jones now in the game at the tailback position, giving Tillman a little bit of a break. Still plenty of time on the play clock. It sits at 6. And Jones gets the ball off to the right side. Jones is going to be tackled at about the 8. That was Chance Boyd making the stop.
Brought down by Chance Boyd.
And we got an injured player getting up, limping off the field for Pittsburgh Central Catholic. That is number 51. And that is Matt Altsman, 6'1", 265-pound senior offensive lineman.
And the Water Boys came on to give the players a little bit of a water break, but referee Joe Kulik saying get back into position. We're still playing football here. 4.5 to play in the third quarter. Turning clock. It's 26-7 Central Catholic leading Pine Richland, and it's 2nd and goal Central Catholic at the Pine Richland 8, and Tillman got one play off. He's back in the game. Dom Pito gives the ball to Eddie Tillman, and Tillman is stopped at the line of scrimmage that time. Luke Miller coming up and gave him a little bit of a lick.
And big play for Pine Richland. And decent blocking, but a blown assignment there because Miller was unblocked. Someone should have picked him up, but he came up and made the play. Everybody else was accounted for. If he doesn't make the play, Tillman walks into the end zone again.
3rd and goal, Central Catholic at the Pine Richland 8. Central Catholic's doing a good job burning the play clock, too, on this possession. I backfield this time. Strong side right in the formation. Give to Tillman. Tillman dropped for another loss. This time back to about the 14-yard line. A great tackle by Jeremiah Hasley.
And they tried to go away from the unbalanced. They were unbalanced to the right, tried to run it to the short side, and Hasley just did a run-through. You see him come right through, and that was a situation where Pittsburgh Central Catholic didn't have enough people to block back to the backside. And Hasley able to come in.
And the field goal team on the field for Central Catholic, Jonathan Opalko, looking for his 5th field goal of the season. Pito's going to put the knee down at the 31-yard line. I mean, at the 21-yard line, so it'll be a 31-yard field goal attempt. And Opalko's kick is up, and it is good. Add 3 to the Central Catholic score, make it 29-7 with 2:50 to play here in the third quarter. The Vikings lead the Pine Richland Rams.
Opalko's 31-yard field goal is good.
Every day, HSSN has something new for high school football fans, including WPIAL and PIAA rankings, along with the district power rankings, 5 things to watch, and much, much more. Plus, check out the updated standings and district stats as well. Paul Patera, Lou Rude at Carnegie Mellon University, where Central Catholic leads Pine Richland 29-7, has both of us a little bit surprised, I believe, here. Especially the way Central Catholic's just dominating the football game.
I wouldn't say a little bit surprised, Paul.
Downright shocked.
I would say
perplexed. Flummoxed.
I expected a tight game tonight. I really did. I expected a very tight game, and this one caught me by surprise.
So Palco will kick off. Taylor and Meckler deep again.
48 yards in 10 plays. Took 5 minutes and 34 seconds.
That was a 48-yard drive in 10 plays. It took over 5 minutes off the clock. What a great job by Central Catholic. Pine Richland still with some time, but hasn't really shown the ability to do much in the trenches at all tonight. That's been Central Catholic's game. And Opalco, that short kick near side again, and Hasley signals for the fair catch and makes it about the 17-yard line.
Calls for the fair catch.
And Cole Spencer and the Pine Richland offense back on the field, and he's only thrown for 74 yards here this evening. Came into this game 6th in the entire WPIAL in passing yardage, had over 1,100 yards on the season coming into the game. Put it 1st and 10 for Pine Richland at its 17. Rest the ball on the near hash mark as the Rams travel from right to left. Amar Allen is back on the field. He did limp off on the last possession. And he takes his spot at left defensive end. Spencer in the shotgun, takes the snap, and he's going to keep the football, finds a hole, ducks down at about the 24-yard line for a gain of 7.
Spencer on the keeper.
That'll make it 2nd and 3. Pine Richland staying with that no-huddle offense. 2nd and 3 Rams at their 24. Pistol formation this time. Meckler lines up behind Spencer. Spencer looks to throw near side, going up and not making the catch. The ball ripped away from the intended receiver, Dave A. Johnson, by number 28, Chase Horn.
Yeah, great play by the D-back. This was a completion, and Horn got his hand in at the last minute as it goes up, gets the ball, and Horn just rips it out.
That's an excellent defensive play.
Textbook D-back play. The receiver gets the ball in his hands, you rip it out.
3rd and 3, Pine Richland at its 24. 4 receivers off to the right. Now Meckler shifts into the backfield and gets the football from Spencer. He's running left, cut back, move. Couple of defensive players collide as Meckler gets to the 29-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down, but you could hear that collision up here in the press box.
And that was A.J. Beatty and Amar Miller, I believe, that had the collision.
Yeah, Allen and Beatty colliding with each other. And Beatty's hobbled.
And Allen looked like he took a wicked shot there, too.
Yeah, they both came over to the sidelines. Beatty's limping. But it is a first down carry for Meckler, a gain of 5. Shotgun snap to Spencer. Spencer in trouble, and he's going to be sacked. And that's sack number 3 for number 26, Max Saganik, a 5'10", 200-pound senior. He has lived in the Pine Richland backfield tonight.
Quickness. He does it with quickness. Watch him. He comes off the edge here, and he just bull rushes and then slides right off the blocker, and there's nowhere for Spencer to go.
A loss on the play back to the 26-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 13 after the loss of 3.
2nd and 13 from the
Spencer
26.
in the shotgun, takes the snap, rolling right, getting some pressure from Donald, throws a pass incomplete. The closest receiver was Eli Jokum. There is a flag down.
Out of bounds, flag on the play.
And Spencer had no time whatsoever. Donald that time got great penetration. And
a legal man downfield is the call. Lining up in the backfield that time for Pine Richland was number 54, Trent Miller. But it's an illegal man downfield call against Pine Richland. Referee Joe Kolick asking Coach Terry Totten if he wants to take the penalty. Terry Totten says nope. So if the penalty is declined, it'll be 3rd and 13 for Pine Richland.
Downfield. Penalty is declined by the Vikings. 3rd down and 13.
Yeah, Trent Miller, number 54, is in the backfield again.
He's a blocker,
Spencer, yeah.
Personal protector back there.
There's the snap to Spencer. Here comes the rush. Spencer does get a pass off, and that's way over the head of Dave A. Johnson.
Pass.
And it'll be 4th and 13. And Spencer's just not feeling comfortable.
No, and bringing Miller in helped a little bit because he was looking who to help out on. And they kept the pressure off of Spencer, but he was able to roll out and had plenty of time with nobody in his face, and he just overthrew it. Ball sailed on him again.
Romano to punt, Carruthers and Jackson deep. Carruthers near side, Jackson far side.
And Jackson deep for the Vikings.
Romano's been busy with the punts. Fair catch signal, but it's going to roll out of bounds. Carruthers just let it bounce. It'll be 1st and 10 Central Catholic at its 37 with 1:10 to play in the third quarter. 29-7 Central Catholic leads Pine Richland.
Will take over 1st and 10.
And this is probably some of the worst field position that Central Catholic's had all evening. They're actually on their side of the 50.
Pretty much just about everything has been Central Catholic's way tonight. Now, Pine Richland did get a touchdown late in the first half, but other than that, it's been all Vikings.
And they have been very, very impressive. Amar Miller back in the game. That's good to see.
And, of course, remember, the winner of this game, each of the last 6 years, has gone on to win the WPIAL championship in its highest classification. Sincar in motion from right to left. Play action fake. Pito rolls left, throws underneath, complete to Sanseri. Sanseri's at the 45, gets up to the 50-yard line where he's dragged down. Looks like there's a penalty marker down. And Lou, you think it's going to be a face mask call?
I think he got a hand on the face mask when he brought him down. Just by the way his head reacted. We'll see if that is indeed the call.
Referee Joe Kulik will let us know momentarily. No, it's a block in the back.
Wow.
Against Central Catholic.
And yet, okay, passes off and away.
There it is right there.
Oh, yeah, I guess I missed that.
Final minute of the third quarter. Central Catholic, after the penalty, will have the ball at its 40-yard line, and it'll be a 1st and 7. Of course, that's a spot penalty. Dontre Jones is in at tailback now for the Vikings. Pito on the long count. Gives the ball to Dontre Jones off the left side. Jones gets to about the 44 for a gain of 4. And that'll make it 2nd and 3. But Central Catholic does not have to run another play here in the third quarter.
I would be surprised if they do.
In fact, you see a lot of people holding up 4 fingers on the Central Catholic sideline. So at the end of 3 quarters, it's Central Catholic 29, Pine Richland 7. You are watching WPIAL Football 2019 on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and PCN TV.
People ask what drives me. It's the respect I have for my opponents, the trust I have in my teammates, a coach who treats me with dignity, and a university that has faith in me, on and off the field. That's what keeps me focused, why I practiced hard, why I play my heart out. I play to win. I play for Carlo.
Tired of a dirty car? Mr. Magic Car Wash will have your vehicle looking new again in just minutes, even those tough-to-clean wheels. Try us out at any one of our 5 convenient South Hills locations for a car wash you won't soon forget.
Mr. Magic Car Wash. Clean, shiny, and dry every time.
Excella Health wants to know, how can we help you today? Can we help you find a doctor? Schedule a same-day appointment. Choose just the right service for your health concern? As your healthcare partner, Excella offers hundreds of primary care and specialty doctors, along with outpatient testing, rehab, and nationally recognized heart care, surgery, and orthopedics. To learn more, visit excellahealth.org or call 1-877-771-1234.
Quarter number 4 at Carnegie Mellon University. We're at Gessling Stadium. Class 6A Quad County Conference. It's Central Catholic, which came into the week 4th in the conference with a 2-1 record, leading Pine Richland, which came in 2nd in the conference with a 3-0 record. Central Catholic leads 29-7. North Allegheny is actually the team that's atop the conference with a 4-0 record, and the Tigers were winning big last check here this evening. Central Catholic will start the fourth quarter with possession of the football at its 44-yard line, going from right to left. And it'll be a 2nd and 3 for the Vikings. Eddie Tillman just having a great game, 27 carries, 180 yards for the Vikings tonight.
Another Quad County action. It's a final, North Allegheny 40, Seneca Valley 7.
I told you North Allegheny was winning big. The Tigers won big, 40-7, of course, coached by former Central Catholic coach Art Walker. Dontre Jones still in the backfield, strong side left in the formation. Jones gets the football. He's got the first down with some nifty footwork, and he's dragging some tacklers to the 46-yard line of Pine Richland. A gain on the play of 10 yards, and a Pine Richland player is getting up slowly. But he is getting up. Now he's hobbling. That's number 22 for Pine Richland, Nevin Nowitzki, who's made some big plays on defense, and he's going to come out, be replaced by number 57, John Swisher.
And just some great blocking out there again.
And Nowitzki just is flat on his back now. He couldn't make it over to the sidelines. Tried to hobble over to the sidelines and just couldn't make it. That'll stop the clock with 11:39 to play in the fourth quarter. 29-7 Central Catholic. These two teams have accounted for the 3 WPIAL Class 6A championships. Pine Richland's won the last 2. In fact, 2017, Pine Richland won the WPIAL championship over Central Catholic. Last year, Pine Richland beat Seneca Valley to get the championship. Now Nowitzki's up, hobbling over to the sidelines.
Nevin Nowitzki was the injured
Nevin
Ram
Nowitzki is 6'2", 230 pounds. Central Catholic with another fresh set of downs at the 44 Pine Richland. And you can see the fatigue in the Pine Richland defense now, because when they hit a Central Catholic back, they're being driven back.
Yeah, they are. And I mean, the defense for Pine Richland has been out there a lot tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Because the offense hasn't been able to maintain drives, a lot of 3-and-outs. And as a result, it takes its toll, especially if you run a power football game. And Central Catholic is the epitome of power football tonight.
Jones is the tailback in the offset eye. He's got the football again, and he's going to be stacked up. Might have fought forward. No, he's going to lose a couple yards, actually, back to the 48-yard line. That'll make it a 2nd and 12.
I tell you what, Chance Boyd made a very nice play that time. He had everybody and his brother coming at him, but he held his edge there. As you see, everybody's coming after him. He takes on one blocker, takes on a second blocker, and is able to make the tackle. So,
from the 48.
Big play by Boyd.
2nd and 12. Central Catholic at the 48 Pine Ridge. And, of course, the Vikings in no hurry. Just burning clock. Play clock under 10 now. Tillman back in the ball game. Offset eye. Tillman's to the right. Pito gives it to him off the left side. Breaks a tackle in the backfield. Scoots up the sidelines a little bit. Going to be marked out of bounds at the 45-yard line for a gain of 3.
Miller.
And now getting up slowly is Amir Allen, but he appears to be okay and is going to go back into the huddle. Make it a 3rd and 10.
3rd down and 10.
3rd and about 9.5.
From the Rams 46.
For the Vikings. Sincar is going to come wide to the near side of the field. That's Anderson Sincar. The strong side is off to the right. Pito gives the ball to Tillman. Tillman gets to the 45, and that's it. It'll be 4th down, but Central Catholic's happy to just keep clock running and put that dominating defense back on the field.
Tillman on the carry.
Yeah, at this point,
short gain on the play.
It's
4th down.
The clock is in their favor. The score is in their favor. And the way their defense is played tonight is A.J. Beatty coming out on the field again, so that's good to see after the collision with Miller earlier.
You could just hear that one up here. Play clock at 10. Opalco to punt. Opalco, another high kick. Meckler's going to settle under it at the 14, juggles it, but holds on, gets to the 15, maybe the 16. Excellent coverage by the Central Catholic special teams.
Brought down by 29, J.D. Younger.
Now J.B. Younger getting up slowly, but he's helped up.
Along with
for Central Catholic. Liam O'Connor is also in on the tackle. So 1st and 10, Pine Richland that at 16 as the Rams try to get something going on offense. Cole Spencer in the passing game has been held in check most of the night. They did have a 79-yard touchdown pass in the first half, called back because of a penalty. But other than that, there really hasn't been too many big gains.
Well, they had the big run by Meckler. It got called back on the hurdling penalty.
Snapping the football. Pine Richland to Spencer. Spencer, there's an option pitch to Meckler. Meckler running left. Meckler's going to try to reverse his field a little bit. He eludes a couple of tacklers, gets forward for about 2 to the 18-yard line.
And that just shows you the team speed and pursuit of Central Catholic. As you know, they get out there in a hurry, and Meckler tries to make some running room, and there's just no room. There's about 7 blue jerseys there waiting to make the tackle.
Ethan O'Neill over the football. It's a pistol formation now. Spencer passes, throws one up for grabs and incomplete, but we're going to get a pass interference call downfield.
And did you see why he threw that up for grabs?
Yeah.
Because Elliot Donald came flying past him,
flag on the play.
and I think he thought he was just going to get leveled.
And it was one of those where he just